Afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. It is a 4:30 on a turning out sunny. Turn out sunny, which is exactly what I hope the football turns out as today. If you're with me to join me for what is going to be hopefully a very, very interesting game of football today, which is England are going to be facing Switzerland with glory within our grasps, nonetheless. Glory within our grasps. And it's quite interesting having watched some of the games that featured yesterday. Obviously, I thought the Spain and Germany game was quite a tight-fought game. Lots of skill, particularly from the Spain team, on view, on display. I gotta say, the France game was a fixture. I'll never, basically a time in my life that I'll never get back. That was really, really boring, it has to be said. It was interesting watching it because I do believe that he was, I'm talking about Cristiano Ronaldo was a little bit indulgent in that game. And you do wonder what Portugal are going to do now. Ronaldo has said, that's it, I'm not going to do another European Championships. And by saying that, he's pretty much saying, I'm going to do another World Cup. He just sort of stood around a lot, waving his arms. And you do wonder if it's sort of a hindrance to the country. At what point do you stop being a national hero and start being a hindrance? I don't know. Anyway, look, we're going to get a little bit warmed up ahead of today. I wanted to share with you a few images, not that sort of image, by the way. I just want to show you a couple of things which Tony has passed my way. He keeps sending me loads of this stuff, but have a little look. You'll have seen this type of thing. People have been sharing this stuff on social media. There you go. Gareth Southgate in the bath, life jacket on. You can never be too careful, says Gareth. I've got 3 pictures to show you. Gareth Southgate would wear a cycling helmet on an exercise bike. Again, you can't be too careful. It's safety first, Gareth. And one that was just shared with me just today, which is fans label France v Portugal the worst game of Euro 2024. Gareth Southgate says, hold my latte. He's going to show us how he's done. If they thought that one was boring, just wait until you see today. Look, I'm joking. Well, I'm not joking. I'm a little bit worried. I'm not worried that it's going to be boring. I'm worried that we're going to get dumped out today. That's what I think is likely to happen. I don't think Switzerland aren't a brilliant team, but you know what? I don't think you've got to be a brilliant team to dump England out of this tournament. That's for sure. Anyway, I just wanted to say, first of all, True says Moyes attack, and Nick by Day says, hello, Gonzo. Hello, Nick. Hope you're doing well. Right, we're going to do a little bet in just a little while. We'll just wait for a few more people to join us in the live chat before we do that. Somebody's going to win some money. Good afternoon. Oh, good evening. Is it? It's afternoon, Sharky. Said good evening. By the time we finished, it will be good evening. But before we do that, can I please just point you in the direction of today's match sponsor, which is Match Bingo for today's game. After I finish here, Charlie is going to be taking you through the watch along. He's going to be watching a game for you. You can have a little comfort blanket with one another. But if you've not downloaded the Match Bingo, please make sure you do so now. We got a very special offer on Match Bingo now. Basically, buy 3 cards. They're basically bingo cards, but rather than, like bingo's got numbers on it. So if like the caller calls out number 22, you mark off number 22, 2 little ducks, 22. Rather than having numbers on the bingo, you've got events that will happen in the game, a throw-in, a goal kick, someone hitting the post, that sort of thing, basically. It's Match Bingo. Big prizes, good prizes up for grabs. We've got a special offer. Buy 3 cards for today, and they're £2 each, basically. You get another 2 free. So if you basically pay for 3 cards, you will get 5. Had loads and loads and loads of winners just from you guys who watch Hammers Chat, and we thank you very much for doing so. Links in the description below, but you've got to do it before the game. But the same offer is still open for tonight's game, the Netherlands game. So are you going to be watching both, I wonder? Do you know what? It's my intention to watch both. But I think the truth of the matter is if England lose, I probably won't watch the other game. I'll probably go out and have a pizza or something. I don't know how to drown me sorrows with a pizza. Tomato sauce rather than barbecue sauce. Of course. Stephen says one of his Match Bingo cards looks tasty. Martin and Christabel say good afternoon, Gonzo. Good afternoon, Martin and Christabel. And Sharky has said good afternoon again. Same crap players, a different formation. I don't know if Charlie, talking about the team. Thank you very much, Charlie. Pickford, right? Walker, Stones, Concert, Trippier, Mainu, Rice, Saka, Bellingham, Foden, Kane. What's he up to? This is the thing. We're assuming the formation is different. He's obviously brought Concert in to replace Gahey, who clearly has picked up a suspension ahead of this one. I don't know. I don't know. Just have a little think through it. So Walker, if it was the same formation, Walker right back, Stones, Konsa, Trippier, that's a back four, right? Then Mainu and Rice, then Saka, Bellingham, Foden, Kane. I'm thinking that's the same. I'm thinking that's the same formation. Unless he's going to do some weird surprise where Trippier's right wing back and quite possibly Saka's left wing back or some. I don't know though. I mean, I guess he can switch if he wants to. What it does do, it sort of, it does lack invention. I just got to, sort of reiterate what Sharky is saying here, which is, there's no left back. There's no. I don't know what he's thinking, but look at what Collingwood's saying here. He's saying as long as Trippier and Saka stay wide, I think gives us a much better chance than otherwise. So people are thinking. So I guess if you're watching, the telly's been on, then people are thinking there is a formation change. But just reading that team, that looks like a back four. I don't know. Look, can I just share these images with you again, just in case you missed them at the start? We've got some good images today. We've had some good stuff sent through. I just wanted to share them. I just want to share them with you here. Basically, I bet you can't see at the bottom is Gareth saying, "Hold my latte," and there he is. Just being as safety conscious as you can. You've got to be careful on those exercise bikes, haven't you? Really, you don't want to go too fast on them. We're going to have a bet in a minute. I take it you've all done your match bingo stuff. We'll make up a little bet. I'll get you guys to help me. Marky boy here is just saying, spot on, Sharky. How can England only have one quality left back? I mean, I just don't get it. I don't get it. I'm really hopeful. I think I've become a bit desperate, really. I've been fed up with England all throughout this tournament, but maybe it was watching both games last night. Maybe it was watching Portugal and Ronaldo throwing his arms around in the air, and then watching that just terrible game of football last night. Sorry, that was Portugal and France. I mean, the one before was good. Spain and Germany. Despite the France and Portugal game being crap, it went the whistle a little bit. It has to be honest. It got me wanting to progress more. It started to suddenly feel like it's the knockout stages of a tournament. And do you know what? If England get through, that would be great. I'm not so bothered at this point in time about being crap and getting through poorly, which I know I've changed my stance on that. But I just want to continue. I want to be in it. I really do. But clearly, Southgate's got faith in what he's doing and faith in his players. But as we've said on numerous times, you does feel like it's a group of individuals, doesn't it, rather than any cohesive team strategy to get through, which is entirely what we think Switzerland have got. A real team. Switzerland. Anyway, listen, thank you for joining me today. We'll do the bet. We will do the bet. We'll do it right now. Let me just say a massive thank you to Maz, who's made a lovely little donation there. Maz, $14.99 Australian dollars. I can only assume he says, "Come on, England, love from Australia." That is. Is he up late? He's up late, isn't he? He's up late. He is up late. And what's the time in Australia? It's bloody late. It's like, it's gone midnight, isn't it? Something like that. I don't know. I've never been good on how these time zones work. It's bloody late in Australia. I'm quite sure of that. It's like it's the middle of the night or something. Southgate is the only one that has faith in his own mess. I can only hope, Danny, that the players do. The players have faith in his system. We don't have to, as fans, particularly fans sitting here. Look, let's be fair. If we're all watching, anyone, I'm doing this stream. If you're watching this stream, we're not at the stadium. I suspect fans in the stadium have got to have faith. They've got to start singing and all the rest of it. It doesn't matter whether we are sat down here watching it from afar, have belief in the system at this present moment in time. I just hope that the players do, and I hope that his system works. I really do. They can't keep trying the same old crap and expecting it to work. So I can only hope that they've changed and done something different in training. Maybe they have, maybe they haven't. Who knows? There you go. I wasn't that far off, was I? It's 10:40 p.m. I have the weekend off. Going to support the Free Lions. Well, enjoy your weekend off. Maz, sorry, I'm clicking on bloody everything here. Enjoy your Enjoy your time off and enjoy your late night, my friend. A photo's done interview where they said they're matching Switzerland. Oh, okay, so that's how we know that the formation is like that. In which case, you have to assume that Trippier is playing right wing back. In which case, I don't mind. If he's playing right wing back, I don't mind so much. It will be interesting. What is absolutely crucial, is he gets someone close to Kane. That's just really, really important with this. Hopefully this works. I am looking forward to it. I'm quite excited for the game, Troop. Let's do a little bet. Right. For those of you that I see so many names I recognise, I'm just working on the assumption that pretty much everybody knows how we work this bet, how we do this on Hammers Chat. If you don't, but a couple of people who might be new around here and just watching a West Ham channel for the England game, welcome. Firstly, we do a little bet. Basically, we suspect that some unrealistic things are going to happen, and we put a bet on it. That's the truth of the matter. We need a scoreline. Not 1-0 or something like that, because the trouble is with 1-0, you're going to get you can't do many goal scorers. I want somebody to win some money. So let's get some score lines in. Let's see what we fancy. Then we'll do some name scorers, maybe a card. We'll see if we can win some money. So there you go. And for once, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do 2-2. 2-2. Now, I guess if I do 2-2, that is going to be after full time, isn't it? I'm going to see if I can put that in here. Let me just put that in. Let me do the score. Stevens put 2-2. Okay, I've got 2-2. What I want here is then, we'll take that, Stephen. I want the two England goal scorers. Okay, so we've got Nick by day. That's the first one I've seen. Stones to score. I'm switching screens when I do this. I won't see the next couple until I go back. So I will do that, mate. We're going to go Stones to score. And then I need one. Do you know what? I need one more England goal scorer. Stephen Russell says Southgate to resign at halftime. I don't think we can do that one, mate, actually. Bellingham. I'm going to do that, Sharky. I'm going to have a little look at Bellingham. We'll see what the bet is. If not, I will do Rice. I've seen Rice suggested by somebody else. Bellingham's odds are not great. Do you know what? Unless we do Bellingham and we do a card, I'm going to do Rice. Stones and Rice. I'm going to do that. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to place the bet. I'm going to place the bet. Right, here we go. I'll tell you what we're going to do. Right, so that bet is done. That bet's done. Right. I'm going to have a little look at the bet now. Just read it out to you. So, that's after full time. This was Stephen's suggestion. The score will be a draw, 2-2. John Stones to score anytime. Declan Rice to score at any time. I'm going to do two winners here. So that'll be two people will win £400 each. £400 each, two people. And the phrase that pays is what you've got to type into the chat here. Leave no stones unturned. Does that make sense? Leave no stones unturned, John Stones. Leave no stones unturned. That's what we're doing. Right, okay? Well, I hope that. Marky Boy says the only way we score two is if we get a dodgy pen. To be fair, that means Kane will probably be taking that. So anyway, look, it's unlikely. Do you know what? You've not had to spend anything out. You've had to watch an annoying video before watching this. So look, if it wins, you're welcome. Two people in the chat. We're in £400 each, and all you got to do is type, as Frank has done here, leave no stones unturned. Type that into the chat, and then you are automatically entered into the giveaway, or whatever you want to call it, should England draw 2-2, Rice and Stones score. Basically, I'll pick two of you that have typed that out of the chat. I'll do it official, all official, like. I'll film myself doing it. I'll get my daughter to scroll through and pick two out, and I'll send you £400 each. There you go. Can't say fairer. That's funny. Okay, that's funny. There's a man that's had enough of the game before it has even started. So anyway, whilst you're typing that, how does anybody have any faith? Is anyone? Everyone. I can't really complain that everyone's a bit miserable. Bearing in mind, I've done all of these videos. I've been miserable as hell. I seem to have little or no faith in England. But don't miserable is not my default setting. If you're a regular on this channel, I've been buzzing with the Lopetegui stuff. I've been buzzing about Max Kilman, Lewis Guilherme, Tim Stuyton. I'm not generally in a miserable mood at the moment. I'm really, really not. I've been eating quite a lot of. Hold on a second. Cronuts and muffons. No, that's not right. It's not muffons, is it? It's a cruffin. That's it. But I prefer it. I'm eating some lovely food. In fact, this morning I had a Victoria cruffin, which is slightly different to a Victoria muffons. So just so as you know, the muffons is a cross between a croissant and a muffin. And a cronut. You get it. It's cross between a croissant and a donut. So anyway, my point is I'm happy. I'm happy with the West Ham stuff. I've been eating lots of crappy food. I'm in a good mood. It's only England that are making me miserable, basically. And as Sharky says, miserable is an Englishman's default setting. I'm trying. I am trying. And the thing is, I've had to because I started doing it on a video. I don't know if you remember, about a year ago, I went past this shop, and it was when I first discovered the God, I can see even now the cruffin, which is the croissant with the muffin. I changed the name to a muffins, and I've said it so many times. I'm now worried. I have to say it over and over to myself before I go in the shop and ask someone, because I don't want to go into the shop and say, "Excuse me, can I have a muffin, please?" But there you go. It's bound to happen. I can't help it. Look, small things amuse you, particularly when you're feeling miserable about this. Hold on, Stephen. He had a biscuit. A Biscoff donut. Yeah, they're taking over. They'll be very soon. You won't be able to get anything other than a Biscoff donut. The way that stuff is taken over. I even noticed the other day when I was in Tesco, there was less peanut butter, but the Biscoff spread was taken over. I think it's a virus. I think it's a virus. Went for a McFlurry the other day. Biscoff McFlurry? No, just a normal one. You can tell my diet's really good, can't you? It's taking over. They're taking over the world. People are worried about the Illuminati. That's not the stuff you want to worry about. It's Biscoff. They're taking over everywhere. It used to be one little biscuit you get on the saucer next to your coffee. Not anymore. It is bloody everywhere. Anyway, do you know what? If you win the 400 quid, you can buy as much Biscoff as you want, quite frankly. And I listen, I am looking forward, anyway, all biscuits aside, I am really looking forward to the game for some reason. It's actually the first game I've looked forward to, and I do think it's because of last night. It's nothing what England have done. That team that's scrolling at the bottom of your screen, well, that's the Swiss team, that one's all right. That team that's scrolling across the bottom of your screen, it's not filling me with confidence, but I think it's the occasion. It's just the fact that, you know, we are on the precipice of glory. Precipice is a bad word because it sort of suggests you're going to fall down a crack and die, if you pardon the expression. By the way, leave no stone unturned. Sorry, I clicked on the wrong one, but yeah, absolutely, that gets you entered into the competition. Come on, England, give us something to shout about, please. Says Fred. Marky boy, Biscoff McFlurry's hench. It's not as good. Is hench? Hench? I don't know what hench means. Is that bad? Is that bad? I'm not a young whippersnapper, Marky. You've got to understand, mate. McFlurry is hench, not as good as the Skittle McFlurry. They had a cream egg one. That wasn't too bad, was it? You could buy a Biscoff everything, David. Honestly, I suppose you can't get a Biscoff car. Quite frankly, you could get a bloody Biscoff everything. I won't be surprised to have Biscoff pizza soon. Anyway, they gave us plenty of shout about last weekend. Fred just started a good way. That's true. Yeah, come on, England, give us something to shout about. Yeah, there was a lot of nasty things. Yeah. Obsidian Curse. I'm not clicking that message up on my screen. Certainly not at whatever it is, 10 to 5. On a Saturday afternoon. There we go. Anyway, there we go. Right, anyway, so that's it. We got a game coming up. Charlie's going to take you through the watch along. I'm getting sidetracked by some of the comments in the chat here, which is obviously very, very easily done. Are you going to let me know if England lose, you're going to watch the Netherlands game? Are you still going to watch it? Or is it going to put you off international football forever? I have a bit of a strop, despite my my advancing years. There's still a toddler there somewhere. I can have a toddler's tantrum like anybody. And I think if England get dumped out and we're absolutely crap, I'll sort of storm off. Like a kid in the supermarket who's been refused entry to the sweetie aisle. I'll storm off and refuse to watch any more European Championships for the whole rest of the tournament. It's a little bit funny, isn't it? How the tide has turned. Really, I'm feeling crap about England, but pretty good about West Ham. And they say Happy Kilman Day, by the way, everybody. Happy Kilman Day. Sharky probably won't watch it. Yeah, it's funny. But if you do, if England win, you're going to watch it, aren't you? You have a vested interest in it. So, yeah, exactly that. I lose all interest once we are out. Yeah, absolutely. The baby bell king is coming. Don't you worry about that. He's coming. He's going to take you. He's going to take you through the watch along. Okay, well, it's interesting. We got some predictions here. Stephen thinks it's going to be 1-0 to Switzerland. I mean, I don't know if you heard this. So when I was watching, I think the first game last night was on ITV, quite possibly. And they had straight away after the game, so Spain dumped Germany out, as you'll no doubt know. Before they went to the Gareth Southgate interview, and he was spiky and he was grumpy, they said he's certainly hoping this won't. Basically, they indicated that if he won this tournament, basically that he would carry on as England manager. I thought, oh wow, I guess he would. I don't know. It did seem a little bit. He did seem a little bit grumpy, though, Southgate. A little bit tetchy. It seemed like the criticism had got to him quite a lot. And I think, look, we've seen it all before. We even seen it with Moisey, didn't we? You know, when the criticism starts to get to you, you become spiky. You just stop enjoying yourself. Actually, Roy Keane said, if he's enjoying it, he said, my kids often ask me, am I enjoying something? And when I say yes, I say, well, have you told your face that? That's what he basically said about Gareth Southgate yesterday. So I think he's more or less suggesting that that Gareth is not enjoying it. Right, let's get through a couple of comments here. I watched the other games. I watched the other game tonight regardless. It also means my accumulator is still on. Collingwood's got a bet on. England 1-0 against the Swiss, says your friend Homeless. Hold on, but he would like Germany versus Switzerland. Oh, first thing that he changed it. Germany versus England. Well, hold on, Germany are out. Germany, you can't have that. Anyway, Rob says a 1-1, but England's to win on penalties. David says Gonzo forgot to ask you about BBC's sport title of Euros. With the pinball machine. That's right. The intro is a pinball machine. You know what? You're absolutely right, David. I noticed it. One of the early games, they made this. It's obviously all graphics and everything. Made this giant pinball machine, haven't they? Yeah, it's a pretty cool intro, actually. The irony is, like, you know, someone like obviously pinball forums and stuff like that. Not seen anyone mention it there. No one's mentioned that in the Euros. It's a very small community, like the pinball community in the UK. And yeah, no one's actually even mentioned it. So it's a big thing. Anything pinball. Pinball's in a television show. Like pinball's in Stranger Things and stuff like that. People say, oh, you know, it's there's a pinball machine, and say it's a pinball machine been on telly. And yeah, I've not seen anyone mention that yet. So I'm glad you brought it up. Marky Boy says, I think Germany beat Italy final. I am. He's having a laugh, obviously. Right, what else we got here? 5 England players on yellows. That's interesting. Might make the semis interesting. Booking makes Southgate make changes. Gonzo, are you wearing your lucky speedos? You're bloody right, I am. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, indeed. I'm definitely wearing my lucky Speedos. Don't worry about that. The leopard print Speedos are on. As Eggy goes pop, you'll be pleased to know. I thought Gonzo, when I saw opening credits at BBC. Yeah, no. Absolutely. Absolutely right. Bowen to score the winner. That'd be something, wouldn't it? That's tomorrow's video done. I'll tell you that much now. I'd be brilliant. You know, what a hero. That'd be, quite frankly, that'd be lovely for, lovely for us as West Ham fans. But I'd be absolutely delighted. Whoever scores, just someone scoring a winner for England. How much beer do you need for Germany? Going to pens, English will bore the nuts. As it is hazelnut there, Kevin has. Team infighting, is there? Team infighting, is there really? I'm worried about this one, Gonzo. Let's hope the ref likes us. Oh, yeah. Need the dressing gown. The dressing gown is actually in the man cave, but the dressing gown. Listen, mate, what goes on Patreon stays on Patreon. Quite frankly, you have to remember, Stephen, it was the breakfast show, and it was early, and I hadn't got dressed yet, and that's the sort of stuff you pay for, basically. And Patreon is if me not to be asked to get dressed. But yeah, that is definitely definitely a patron thing, that dressing gown. I'm not trying to encourage anyone to pay for Patreon just to see my dressing gown. Really, don't. It's not that spectacular. I can assure you, actually, it's a swanky, and I did say the word swanky, dressing gown. As a Swiss West Ham fan, I hope the better team wins, but a very, very decent of you. Where's Sketch? Sketch is here. He said, "Howdy, Gons. Can we just get a pens now? I've got things to do, ain't we all, mate? Ain't we all?" Charlie is in the blue room. Call it the green room. It's the blue room.
No.
Hello. You got a bit of blue backlight in there. I've got a bit of mine's meant to be blue, but it's coming out more purple.
Yeah, do you know what? I haven't changed the colours. That's a fair thing. How are you? I'm excited, Gonzo. We got a different lineup slightly. I'm fine with it. We're here for it. Let's see what happens. Do you know what I mean?
Do you think it is? Because it reads like a 4-4-2.
Nah, it's 3 at the back. Saka will be left wing back. Trippier will be right wing back. We've known this for days. It got leaked out days ago that we were going to change it. We did it partway through the last game. It's not entirely shocking.
No, but
something different, bit of flexibility. You know what I mean? If you want to change it up, you can take off one of the 10s and lob on Tony as well. Have a front 2 or something. You could do lots of different things with it. It's more malleable. It feels like for us than a.
You got to be careful with the use of the term lob on. I just think.
Or you could just be reckless like I am at all times, you know.
It means
just see what happens
in these parts.
Yeah,
I've got to go, mate. I've got to go. I've got 2 minutes before the. Sorry, Ricky Jordan's just said Gonzo not in an England shirt is worrying. I will dig it out. I've obviously got my bespoke England shirt. I'll bring Ricky. I'll bring it out for the final. How's that for you, mate? I've got my salmon top on, my peach top on today.
If it helps, by the way, BBC are currently showing the lineup as a 3 at the back.
Okay.
Not that that's proof of literally anything, but literally everyone and their mums expects it to be a 3 at the back. So
absolutely right. I've got to go, mate.
All right.
I've got to leg it.
Everyone say goodbye to Gonzo. Bye, Gonzo. Thank you. Speak to you later. There you go, Gonzo, ladies and gentlemen. What a man! What a man! What a salmon shirt, you know. Mark Henry's retirement. It's England versus Switzerland in the Euros 2024. Change of formation. We've known about it for days. It got leaked out days ago, and when you look at the lineup, it could be a 4-2-3-1. It could easily be a 3 at the back as well. I've got it along the bottom as a 3 at the back. Every media outlet I've looked at is suggesting it's a 3 at the back. Not that it's proof of anything. They don't know the formation any more than we do. They just have to take their best guess at it with the information they've got. But it will be interesting. Switzerland are not a bad team whatsoever. They've got a few standout players, and together, as I was saying in the last game, you know, if you're a team who works together as a unit, you are usually better in these tournaments than you are as a team of individuals. So far in this tournament, we have been a team of individuals, and Switzerland are very much a team who are a unit. Now, don't get me wrong, they do have individuals as well. As it rolls across the bottom of the screen, you're going to see some. Jan Sommer, Fabian Schär, Akanji, Ricardo Rodriguez, Freuler. Jacques has really been having a storming season this year. Briel Mbolo up front, for example. They do have some key talent, some really good players. But at the same time, if this change works for us, it could really unlock this team. Saka at left wing back is basically the only other option we have when you don't want to play Shaw. It's literally all you can really do. Kyle Walker's played centre-back plenty of times for both England and Manchester City, so it kind of works in a back 3 formation. You get both Bellingham and Foden sort of playing 10. How that's going to work will yet to see, I guess. But I feel positive about it. I feel positive. We'll see how it ends up working out. It's going to be interesting, but given the fact we did it for a little while in the last game and we've presumably been working on it in training during the week, the vibes are there. The vibes are there. It's England versus Switzerland, Euro 2024. It's about to kick off. England are going to be the ones doing the kicking off. Come on, you Lions. Deploy the boys. It's time to run two things. It's quarterfinal of Euro 2024. And we've been crap so far. So if we could just turn up a little bit. If we could go one stage up, one gear up from being crap to being a team who can actually somewhat create opportunities. Cooking. But yeah, I'm just having a look early doors to see what the formation is looking like. Schizo, good to see you, sir. Good to see you. England win tattoo haircuts. Kevin's having a big Saturday. These days you can't tell the team apart. They look like Brazil most of the time. You just fancy boys doing fancy play, you know. Apart from England, who just very route one-y. Very route one-y. I'm looking at it. Looking at it right now, Saka is on the right currently, and I think Trippier is on the left, which might mean we're starting with a back four. Maybe this has all been one great gambit. HDU, good to see you, sir. Iggy goes pop, good to see you. Hope you're well. Swift's front line is scary, pace, power, physicality. Yeah, they're good to Kevin. Kez, good to see you. Hope you're well. Mbolo, no one will want to catch him. Solid. He's not. Do you know what? Jack Elderton off of Analytics United, the West Ham Breakdown podcast. He's in your programs. He's on the West Ham website. You know, he's a very successful guy. Obsessed with Mbolo for about a year and a half, maybe. Obsessed with him being the replacement for Antonio. Obviously, we never ended up getting it, so it doesn't make a difference. But he was obsessed with him. Big ball forward from Switzerland. Still trying to look. It's interesting because Kyle Walker is quite... So Saka is definitely on the right-hand side and Trippier is on the left. But Kyle Walker is more central than you would expect at times. We'll have to see how this ends up playing out as we go. Pull it out of the bag. Moyes 2.0. It's a bold play, Marky. Simon, good to see you, sir. Hope you're well. I don't know when I started saluting people. It was on the watch logs. I don't do it in real life, but apparently this is a thing I do now. I've started calling delivery drivers brother as well. I don't know when that started. I'm having problems. Obsidian, good to see you. Same old. Yeah, it does. I am intrigued by this because it does look very much like the usual. Iron, it's good to see you. Nice to see you too. Hope you're well. Hope you're good. We're the ones with a hole in it, not the Swiss. Peter. Huge. That's very, very good. Very, very good work, Peter. Maybe it's a 4-out possession of 3. That's what I'm thinking. Which again is still interesting why Saka's on the right though. But that's sort of what I'm thinking. Or maybe even the other way around. Out of possession 4, in possession 3/5. Sorry, the other way around. I don't know. No, I don't tend. If I don't tend to be fair, they mostly rock up just in full leather like motorcycle gear, don't they? So you don't tend to see most of the time. But if I'm aware, then I don't. But I do tend to call. I started to go, cheers, brother. Have a good one. I don't know when I started calling people brother. Saka on the right, cuts inside onto that left foot. That's not a bow. It's a bit too high over. I liked the swerve on it, looking towards that back post, but didn't quite get in there. Switzerland's manager looks like Mads Mikkelsen. Picking that one early doors for anyone who watched Hannibal, or is friends with Hideo Kojima. Played back to Sommer. They're passing around at the back. England pressing from the front. Lots of people far forward. Got Harry Kane charging them down. Every time it moves across, the play sort of just switches across. Bellingham is further on the left than Foden is. Ball gets played across. There's a space out on the left-hand side. Walker goes down. That's not a bad ball inwards. Looking for the back heel. Maybe overcooked it a little bit there, Switzerland. A back heel inside the box for Mbolo was a bold play. Doesn't quite work out. It was close. It was close. Sister from another mister. That might work. That might work. However, calm, Spain and Germany was checkmate for a considerable amount of time. I didn't watch it. And Gio started messaging me about it towards the end of the game, and I was furious that I didn't watch it. What an L from on my behalf there. Can't see Saka and Trippier constantly switching. I don't know, switching wing backs feels odd to me. Yeah, he's not the most graceful man in the world. Which I never would have put him as an ungraceful human being before, but yeah. Switzerland pressing from the throw-in quickly. England managed to play it out. I like Konsa playing. I can't lie. When I saw Konsa's name on the team sheet, I was quite happy. Because I think it would have been very easy to go for like a Gomez. But to see Konsa getting the shout I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Out wide to Phil Foden on the right-hand side. Saka's just ahead of him. Vargas nipping in on Foden. England win the throw and take it quickly. Yeah, it's interesting. Foden feels more... out of the two 10s, he's feeling more on the right now, with Bellingham on the left. Saka looking to take on his man. Lays it inwards towards Foden. Really, to unlock Phil Foden, that's what you want. You want those sort of short, sweet passes to sort of intricately unlock teams. You know, I've been looking at him to run at people, and it's just not really his thing. It's not like he can't do it. Bellingham, that's a really nice ball over the top to Saka. Inside the box, can just about get the control down before it goes out of play. He does well. Back towards Kyle Walker, who approaches from... Oh, bloody hell. Who approached for a deep cross. Offside for England in the end anyway. But approached for a deep cross, and it wasn't bad. I like... This is the thing I like about a back three with Walker in theory. Is Walker, you can imagine him from a West Ham perspective, like Cresswell a couple of years ago when he was playing left centre-back. Getting forward into those positions for deep crossing and sort of causing trouble. He can get forward out of the three while still allowing two centre-backs to exist. And that should, in theory, support whoever is the right wing-back and whoever is the right sort of 10, which in this instance, I guess, would be Foden and Saka at the moment, right? I like that as an idea. Good pressing from England from the goal kick or from the deep free kick, I guess. Harry Kane doesn't mark his man quick enough. Xhaka collects the ball. Pinged forward from Ricardo Rodriguez, who's doing a similar role, but at left centre-back to what Walker will be doing. He's not quite as dynamic as he once was, Ricardo Rodriguez, but my God, can he still deliver a ball? Oh, he does well there, the Swiss player up against Walker, pulls it in. I tell you what, Kobe Mainoo does well just to cut that one out. It'll be interesting to see how this affects Kobe Mainoo's positioning. Because if it is a three at the back, which I don't know, but if it is a three at the back and you're playing a sort of... If you're looking at the central column, you've got three, you've got obviously your two wingers, but you've got three, you've got Rice and Mainoo, and then you've got Bellingham and Foden, and then you have Harry Kane. If you're looking at that central column, it might inhibit Mainoo a little bit. I mean, he's good at like sort of passing stuff, so hopefully not too much. He's a relatively dynamic player, but you could see a situation in which having two 10s as opposed to two wingers could inhibit him. It's not like, for example, when Chelsea played a back three under Conte and you had Hazard and someone and whoever else was playing a lot of the time. I think it was Pedro, but like wingers playing on either side of the central striker. You've got 10s in this position, which means, you know, ideally you need the width from the wing backs, but it would be interesting to see if that inhibits Kobe Mainoo, because his impact for England so far this tournament has really been his ability to get forward into interesting positions. Vargas wide on the left hand side in corner quadrant, looking to get the cross in. That's not a bad cross, and I tell you what, it's not a bad header from Konsa either, just to get it away. Switzerland still on the ball inside the area, looking to try and create another crossing opportunity. It's dinked in again. That's not bad. John Stones this time getting his head onto it. Harry Kane battling for it. He's very deep. He's inside England's D. He's further back than both the number 10s are. Yeah, out of possession, it's definitely... I mean, this positioning right now, we're out of possession. It's definitely a 5. You've got Bukayo Saka very far across on the right-hand side and very deep. That is a back 5. It's almost a 5-4-1 out of possession. Foden drops to essentially right mid. Bellingham drops to essentially left mid. You've got Rice and Mainoo in the centre with Harry Kane just ahead of them. we're asking Switzerland to create an opportunity here. We're sat deep, and all the Swiss players are just standing still on the ball. We're sort of going, go on then. It's very moist ball. It's very, very moist ball. By waistcoat, continue to play more or less the same team. Each players don't get fear being dropped. Yeah, I could see that argument, Peter. And Bolo looking to try and cut his way in. Ooh, a little tangle there between him and I think it was Declan Rice. It's going to be a goal kick. Tell you what, Mbolo could have gone down a little bit dishonestly there and probably won a penalty. Mbolo collects the ball. He might have been just offside, to be fair, but Mbolo collects the ball. John Stones was there covering, and Declan Rice just goes a bit all over shop. To be fair, Mbolo loses out the ball before Declan Rice really gets there. Yeah, I can see what you mean, Peter. That is probably I guess a mild concern. The problem is we have so many players who are almost have to play. It's an annoying situation to be in. It's an annoying situation to be in. Played with more width this game than in the entire tournament. Yeah, definitely, that is true. I back that. iPlayer as well behind. Yeah, I'm watching on iPlayer as well. And I'll be significantly behind people as well. Probably at least a minute, maybe more. Just the way these things go. As someone pranked Walker and tied his walking mascot boots. Yeah, he's done the classic. He's done the classic shoelace tie maneuver. You know. It's a classic prank. It's Rio Ferdinand back to his old tricks again. Oh, thank you, Robert. Do you know what? That's not a bad shout. Pause Charlie till you catch up. It's not a bad shout. It's the one useful thing. It's the one use. And also on iPlayer, you can also pause. You can also pause and like wait for it to move around as well, which helps. I'll be honest with you. It is a back three. It looks very back three. Kyle Walker is playing a lot deeper than Trippier is, and a lot more centrally than Trippier is. So it's definitely a back three, which raises the question why Saka is on the right and why Trippier is on the left. We'll see if they end up switching during moments in games or whatever. I don't really know of good examples of wing backs changing sides like that. But we'll see if that happens. However, it is definitely a sort of. It's just definitely a three at this point, isn't it? Bellingham, really his first chance to get on the ball there. Stretch his legs. Finds Kane, who's dropped deep. That's a nice switch across to Saka. He's got... Oh, he does really well there, Saka, to get past his man. Pulls it to Walker, who's just as far ahead of him. Saka into Kane first. Touch into Foden was nice. Maybe a bit over here. England now. This is the exact opposite opportunity. England are now being asked to break down Switzerland, who is sat deep. Almost in the exact same formation we were. Kobe Mainoo on the ball. He's looking to maybe unleash a shot there. Finds Bellingham. Little turners. And there was a nice idea there. Couldn't quite find it. It's a nice idea to play in Trippier. It's the idea maybe to really sort of open up that right-hand side, because you'll have Walker who can do the underlaps and overlaps, and you have Saka who's naturally going to want to drift in. I don't know. That's nice from Saka again. Good ball over the top. Foden can't quite get ahead to it. Declan Rice can far side, hits it, deflection, and it's cleared away from Switzerland. Better from England. Better. Yeah, it's probably going to happen a couple of times. I think that's one of the other benefits to having a back three. I know most people might not see it that way, but having that ability to drop deep into really nice, strong shapes when they give you any sort of time. Same crap, just shuffled. Should have played Gordon Palmer on the wings, says Robert. Do we think Southgate tactic can cut them apart like Swiss cheese, or is there holes in the plan? Solid, Richard. Solid. I'm so desperately bored. I suspect probably not, but we'll see. Throw-in ends up getting forced all the way back to Jordan Pickford. You hate to see it. It is like watching West Ham. I'm really trying to care, says Richard. Will today's game be bumpier than a Toblerone? Don't start me thinking about Toblerones. I've got to go shops later. I'm going to buy a Toblerone now, aren't I? I can't see a situation which I don't buy a Toblerone now. Just checking my match bingos. Match Bingo, of course, the sponsor of the stream. Sponsor of us all throughout the Euros. If you haven't already, make sure to click the link in the description below and get involved. It is betting, so 18 plus is a must because money is on the line. It's £2 per bingo card you get. which have events on it. It's like bingo. Instead of numbers getting called out, it's events that happen. So, for example, an attempted save from England has already been ticked off for me, as has, for example, a goal kick taken. And as they get ticked off, automatically, you don't have to be the one doing it. Lines are created. If you complete one line first, you get £25. If you complete 2 lines first, you get 50. If you get a full house, you get £100. And there is a bonus full house pot, although the numbers today are a little bit different. There is a bit of extra money on the line. For example, 1 line you get £32.64, 2 lines you get £61.45, full house you get £176.35, and the second one is worth £157. That's not bad. Into Harry Kane, who's inside the box, lays it short to Mainu, who hits it, deflects off Ricardo Rodriguez, back out wide. Declan Rice looking to try and cross that one in. It takes another deflection. Harry Kane battles for it, and that's going to be a goal kick. No pen, says the ref. I didn't think it was either. And it's going to be a goal kick. And there's a second full house as well. Whoever claims it first, get involved. I will, at some point, win this. I'm determined this tournament to happen. Looking at replay there again, Harry Kane was adamant that was a penalty. I mean, look, he gets there before Cher. He gets his foot onto it. Would I say it was a pen? No, personally not. But, you know. We've had lots of winners from the chat in the match bingo. Gonzo's won it twice. Gio's won it. I'm basically the only person who has. So if you want to join in with the rest of the people who have won it, not me, then check the link in the description below. Thank you very much for your help and support the channel. It helps us massively. Match bingo have been really nice to us, so it helps us out a huge amount. I'm sort of looking. What am I looking for? I'm looking for yellows and I'm looking for woodwork hits right now. That's the big thing I'm looking for. There's also a deal on at the moment for the England game. Not that it matters now because the England game started, but you could get a 3 for 2, which is good. Oh no, you can get 5 for 3. Sorry, it's the way I should have worded it. Food's as tasty as Alpen, which is disgusting. Never had Alpen. I heard someone the other day dissing Muesli, and I got very annoyed because Muesli's decent. Kobe Mainoo does really well there. Picks up the ball, drives through a couple of people, and then rides on a kanji. I like Mainoo a lot. I really like his just directness. I like the way he gets on the ball and drives with it. You know, he's not afraid to take people on. I also like the fact he literally tried to mount a kanji there. Gave him a little piggyback for a while. That was fun. Those who are doing both listening to Charlie and watching TV, don't panic. Our TVs haven't paused. It's England on tonight. Remember, says Kevin. Yeah. Is Forlan playing? Diego? No. Would have loved to see a bit of Diego Forlan. Have you tried the Poundland version of Toblerone? There's a Poundland version of Toblerone. When does my Poundland shut? That's the question I'm now asking myself. It'd probably be before this game ends. I know what I'm doing next week, Peter, is the answer to your question. I'll have the answer by the next game. Played in Breel and Bolo, looking for the 1-2. Kyle Walker manages to cut that one out, although can't get it away. He's going to go down and win a free kick there. A little bit lucky there. Freuler was on the charge. Walker cuts it out and then tried to just spin him, and he did it relatively well, but then tried to clear it while backwards, and Freuler just getting his foot in there, making it very, very awkward and difficult for Kyle Walker, who ends up going down quite theatrically. Free kick to England inside the box. John Stones is the one who's going to take it. Thank you, Kez. I believe this tournament is going to happen. I believe. Perhaps ignorantly, but I believe. Ashley, good to see. I'm just going to commit to the salutes now, I guess. Harry Kane being adamant. It's time for him to stand and deliver. Love that. Love that. I was literally listening to Ant music yesterday. Cleared away from Switzerland after a bit of pressure inside the box. Breel and Bolo battling for the long ball. Stones wins the header and England can come away with the ball. This is better from us. Look, is it great? Is it what we want? No, but it's definitely better. It's a step forward, and for me, that's a positive right now. All I'm looking for is a step forward. Kobe Mainoo controls it just before it goes out of play. Still find the sack of Trippier thing a bit weird, but you know, we move. I'm really N Collingwood saying sort of what I'm feeling. I'm smelling a Walker mistake gifting Switzerland a goal today. I'm just scared of Walker at the moment. Look, you're never gonna get what Man City get from him. It's obviously a different vibe, but at the same time, he's just a scary boy. Now but love, hamster. Now but love. Again, I wish Diego Forlan was playing. What a guy. What a guy. What a free kick taker. I think the England team have snail porridge as their pre-match meal. That's not a bad ball over the top. Saka gets the control. He's put across into a good area. The corridor of uncertainty. No one there to pounce on it. Again, it was a really nice dinked ball over the top from Foden. Reads the run from Saka beautifully. It's good control from Saka as well. But it's just so quick that no one else was really on it. Really nice opportunity, though. Right as we were talking about how slowly it beat as well. Corner to England, right-hand side. It's going to be an outswinger from Kieran Trippier. First time he's really turned up on this side of the pitch, I guess. Saka is short, option if he wants it. He's got big men in this box otherwise. Wouldn't mind a set-piece goal. Not going to lie to you. In front of the red wall of the Swiss fans. Whipped in. Over the top of everyone. Harry Kane nods it back towards goal. We do keep doing that deep one towards Harry Kane. Sort of a little bit deeper. It's not quite there. Somehow there's an offside flag. Not entirely certain how a lot of offside. Is it offside flag or saying goal kick? I don't know what it was, but yeah, I don't know. You can tell we're not 1-0 down, too relaxed and not enough bravery out there. Is not an unfair point. It's a very, very low bar, but we're better than last week. At least that's kind of where I'm at. And that's all I want. That's all I want is just a single step up Foden. That's not a bad ball across to Bellingham. He gets the control. He's not put into a bad area, but it's just no one there. On Bolo with a nice turn. Declan Rice collects it. I tell you what. Jack Elderton might know what he's talking about. His little hold off and turn there. Very Antonio. Very Antonio. Can you hear all the England fans snoring in the ground? Not quite. Not quite. Not quite. But I've not got it up too loud, so I might just be missing it. Kane is so slow and out of shape. Is Bellingham playing? So everything down the right. Southgate needs to go. He's a crap coach that thinks he's a good coach. Moyes must be loving this game, says Robert. Bellingham's playing, yeah. He's had a couple of opportunities on the ball. He just played the ball in a second ago into the box. But we've just been a very right-sided team since the beginning of the tournament. And Bellingham is finding himself more and more often on the left. Again, he's tried to change it up with the formation today, which maybe will get the better. The idea, I guess, would be to get the best out of Foden and Bellingham at once, as opposed to one or the other. It's not a bad ball by Foden, but don't want to tax it in a way that he should. Saka hooks it back towards Sommer's going to collect that one, though. Lots of whistle blowing at the moment. Lots of whistle. I'm hearing that whistle a lot. But he's tried to change it up to change the formation into something that maybe can get something out of both Foden and Bellingham at the same time, as opposed to one or the other. I think by doing that, you sort of compromise both of them at once. But it is what it is. I also would start Foden on. Oh, Akanji and Sommer playing dangerous football. Foden almost getting in on his club teammate there and causing a problem. Very close from England. Ball gets played away. Kyle Walker does well to rise up and then sort of just hooks the ball. John Stones, thankfully, is going to collect that because it was a bit insane. But yeah, I don't know. I'd probably rather switch Foden and Bellingham around if it were me. But I guess if we're going to get a lot of play down that right-hand side, which we've tended to all tournament anyway, because you don't want to build up down the left-hand side when you don't have a left-footed player at left back or left wing back, as today's case. You just don't want to build up in that sense. So if you are going to concentrate down the right-hand side, I guess you put Foden in that position, who's better at the sort of intricacies. Oh, Bolo inside the box, hits it. Konsa with a good block. Good block, Konsa. Can't get the ball away. Kane battling for it. Again, very, very, very deep Harry Kane. England settling back into that formation. But yeah, maybe in that sense, maybe you do play Foden on the right-hand side, trying to get a bit more intricate down that side to unlock Saka and potentially Kyle Walker. You saw it with the ball over the top to Saka previously. That's not a bad ball by Vargas in there. And I tell you what, John Stones does really well just to get a foot in there and just to knock it into the path of Pickford, who was thankfully concentrating on us. That was if this was the World Cup, if this was the South Africa World Cup, that's an own goal. Let's be real about it. That would have been an own goal. Xhaka. Wide to Rodriguez. Just realised the poll's not going. Let's change the poll. We asked, by the way, how you felt about the starting 11. 7% of people loved it. 12% of people hated it. 39% of people liked it. 41% of people disliked it, which is about where I would expect it to be. What will the result be? Good block from Ezri Konsa. We look bang average yet again, says Iggy. Don't disagree. I think we're better than we have been. I think we're better than we have been, but I'm not exactly saying we're top tier or anything. West Ham needs to sign Stones. Listen, I would love John Stones. I think John Stones is a beautiful player. Someone who I've only grown to like more with age. I always thought he was maybe a little bit overrated, but as time goes on, I become more and more convinced. I just really like John Stones. Tell you what, that's nice battling then from England. Trippier and Bellingham fighting with that 3 different Swiss players for that ball and winning it. You love to see it. Stones back across to Konsa. Bellingham finds Rice. Forward to Jude Bellingham, wide on the left-hand side. He's got Trippier just ahead of him. Harry Kane on the inside, who's not really in a position to be able to be found. Plays it towards Declan Rice in the centre instead. England now looking across to the right-hand side. We're getting very horseshoey right now. They're getting very horseshoey. Stones. Walker, forward. Oh, not a bad ball again over the top for Saka, who does well to turn, control the ball and turn. He gets in here. Saka pulls it across. Again, Harry Kane just not attacking that area. He sort of was stood statuesque in the middle of the pitch. He just, if he had made a bit of movement towards the gap where the space was, he would have been played directly into the feet, and he's just stood rooted to the spot. Saka doing really well. Something else that has changed in this game that we're doing way more frequently than we have from the end of the tournament. You've seen it at moments in the rest of the tournament, but we're really going for it here. Is Saka is looking for that spinning behind, and we're maybe just getting enough people to be able to find those passes over the top for him, and it's causing Switzerland problems. And this is what's frustrating me a little bit about Harry Kane, is if you could just charge into that area towards the near post. Saka is getting consistently in nice positions for a pullback, and he's pulling it off. You're gonna get opportunities. We just need to be on it. Throw into us when it shouldn't be. On current form, we must be the underdogs. I would say so. Look average, but that is better. That's kind of what I'm saying, Stephen. It's not exactly a world-class performance by any stretch of the imagination so far, half an hour in, but it's better than it has been, which we'll take. This is like watching West Ham under Moyes. Don't really want to watch this, Josh. Says epic. Good to see you, by the way. I know the feeling. More horse crappy than horseshoe. Very good, Peter. I like it. Peter's on one today, and I respect it. Corner to England. Deflection of Xhaka. Trippier's going to take the corner. It's going to be on the right-hand side. It's going to be an outswinger again. Same thing that happened last time with Harry Kane with the header over from a deep position. We'll see if we do the same thing again. He gives it the double hand race. Plays it short to Saka instead. To Mainu. To Walker, who misses it from a slightly wonky pass. Foden, back to Walker. England go all the way back to Jordan Pickford. What an outrageous waste. What an outrageous waste. I'm not watching How Shall I Vote? I don't know, Simon, so far. I wouldn't be confident either way. I wouldn't be confident either way is what I'd say. Have we had a shot? I think we've had 3. I'll tell you what, let me pull up some stats. I think we've had 3. I could be wrong. Let's pull up SofaScore. England, Switzerland. Show more. Yeah, we've had 3 shots. They've had 2 so far. Yeah. None on target from either side. None on target from either side. Kanji on the ball. England sitting deep in that defensive shape right now. Bellingham, who vacates the space, forces Rice to move across. Switzerland almost managed to pass straight through it. Clearance from Switzerland. Harry Kane, the only one even really in the vicinity. Sommer passing it around with the defenders of Switzerland right now. England slowly but surely just creeping further out from the defensive shape they were in. Back out wide. This is a good position for Ricardo Rodriguez to deliver. Just overhits it a little bit. Control at the far side, though. Whips back in towards the box. Konsa gets the block. Bellingham. Good opportunity for him to stretch his legs and to charge forward. This is what he can do. He gets completely blocked off. Surely that's a free kick and a yellow. Yeah, free kick and a yellow for Switzerland there. Easy as you like. It was good there from Bellingham. Really the first opportunity. No, he's had a couple, maybe 1 or 2 other minor ones, but there he just gets the ball and just decides he's going to take on the men he can and really drive it forward. It's that thing that he can do that Phil Foden just can't. And professionally taken down there by Fabian Schär. Professionally taken down. Shocking, says Ionix. No balls in this team whatsoever. Timmy saying Kane needs to come off. Lost End. Yeah, I mean we need a Gascoigne, says Big Red. I think we needed it. I think, well, I don't think the talent necessarily on the pitch is the problem. I don't think they're playing anywhere near well enough in this tournament, but I don't think they're necessarily the issue, is the way I would word it. Mainu does really well there. Turns, charges forward. He's just going with it. Plays it out wide to Kieran Trippier. Bellingham was there. Trippier looking to cross it in. That's a handball, surely. It's going to land at Phil Foden, who hits a frankly pointless overhead kick. Saka can't get the control. It's bouncing about. That's going to be a free kick to Switzerland. Surely that was a handball in there. Surely it was maybe play on. He maybe waved advantage, to be fair. Phil Foden failing with an overhead. Saka then failing with a control. But Kieran Trippier... I mean, yeah, that was handball was clear as day. That was handball was clear as day. Referee, I don't know if he waved advantage or what. Probably should. I mean, it could have been a handball beforehand. England did get the opportunity after. Xhaka ends up going down after receiving a bit of an elbow from Saka. Bitty is the way I would describe it. Kane needs to attack the space when Saka gets to the byline. Yes, Fred, 100%. That's exactly what I think. Me and Fred, you know, we got it. That's exactly what I'm thinking. Stephen's on the same wavelength as well. We love that. Adrian saying, thanks, glad I missed the start. Yeah, probably. Bring on Bowen for the second half, fresh legs, and he could score the winner, says Mick. I would love to see a Bowen winner. I'd just love to see Bowen play at all, to be fair. Bowen will have to do it himself. Can you imagine how inspiring Southgate's team talks are? Yeah, clear handball. Yeah, you're not wrong. Switzerland crossing to the box, goes high and wide. Watkins and Bowen up top, says Timmy. Southgate out. I mean, Yeah, I would love to see Watkins. I think is an option. I would love to see Bowen. I think Bowen is so underrated by England fans, man. I think Bowen is so good. Don't get me wrong. I get the whole Palmer thing, and Palmer's looked good whenever he's come on. But Bowen just has this directness, as well as being so good defensively, that I think would work. Arguably, he could play as a wing back in this system. I don't want him to, obviously, but he could. He could, especially if for some reason you're obsessed. Like these balls over the top, right, that are going into Saka. Now Saka's making the most out of them. Don't get me wrong, but Bowen could be getting on the end of those as well. I don't know. We'll have to see how it plays. Swiss throw goes badly. England collect easily. Pickford with the ball in his hand. Saka needs to look up when crossing because Kane ain't moving. I mean, that's also a fair point. I think Saka's putting it into really good positions, but Kane just isn't there. So I think it's one or the other has to change, right? England do well to cut that one out. Advantage gets played. Bellingham with a nice little spin there. Lovely stuff. He's got Foden just to the side of him. Plays it instead across to Saka. Bellingham's starting to wake up in the last 5 minutes. Whipped in towards Bellingham, steps over the ball, left it maybe looking for Harry Kane, maybe just couldn't quite get the control himself, and Jan Sommer collects the ball. Bellingham's starting to get a little bit into this game now, starting to wake up a little bit. Collecting the ball, charging with it, a nice little spin there past his man. Past, I think it was Fabian Schär. He's doing well now, Bellingham. He's starting to load up into the game a bit. England starting to maybe just turn it forward a little bit. Turn the screws. Shift up a gear, maybe. Played out wide to the right-hand side for Switzerland. You're playing it around comfortably. Switzerland in the middle of the park. Not really creating anything off it. Just sort of just looking for a space to maybe start to find, to start to be created, as England sit in their defensive shape. Takes the discipline here to sit deep and just to not step out of themselves. You either got to really commit to the press as a unit, or you've got to sit as a unit. You can't do one or the other. You can't do halfway here, because you'll just open up space for a team like Switzerland to play through. So you've got to just sit deep. And Bolo thankfully slips over there as a ball. It was a nice decisive ball through. Walker under a bit of pressure should be able to deal with this. He does not. He does not. He does not. Bowen, don't care what he is playing, just that he plays. Yeah. Even if it's just to bring on Bowen, even if it's just to take proper corners. Yeah. It'd be a big shock if Spain don't win the Euros. They do look good. They do look good. And again, they look like a team, not just individuals. They look like a team. Morata being a captain, for example, is an insane thing to see, but they look like a team. Another masterclass from the Sausage Southgate. I think it's better than before usual. I'll give him the credit where credit's due. I don't think it's good enough, but it's better. And that's all I'm sort of looking for at this stage. Now, ask me at the end of the game how I feel. Could be very different. Could be very different. Play to the whistle basics. Light is saying 4-4-2. Are the Swiss good at pens? I don't know. They have a couple of players who are very good at taking penalties, but I don't know if as a team they're good at penalties. I don't know. This level of football is just so boring, says John. We lack balance on the left, so similar to Moyes, says Steve. Walker, mate, what was that? Yeah, I don't know. It played it back to him, and you think, right, here's a guy who plays for Manchester City. If there's one thing he's going to be good at, it's playing the ball under pressure. And he has like 3 opportunities to do it, and instead just panics every single time and then ends up just punting it. Watching a game of chess is more exciting than this. Chess can be decent sometimes. This, different story. Chess, though. Very diplomatic. You know what I mean? Like, I think we've been so bad that I will take just a step forward, especially in the first half. I'll take just a step forward. And if we could just turn it up a little bit, we get through this game with some positives and we look to build upon that, then I'm sort of okay with it. At some point, we're going to have to turn it up. But, like, for now, I'm kind of okay with it. And we saw in the last game, obviously a lesser opposition in Switzerland, but we saw in the last game how we did sort of get better the longer the game, after sort of towards the end of the game, and then, you know, extra time and all that. We did sort of get a lot better. So I'm not too concerned about starting slow necessarily if we haven't conceded yet. We'll see. Again, ask me at the end of the game, I might feel very differently. If we play like this the entire rest of the game and we get through, I'll take it, but I'll be a bit disappointed. But if we play like this the entire game and we go out, obviously there'll be a big difference. But at this stage, I could not tell you who would score next. I wouldn't be able to tell you. A lot of times I can say, oh, it'll be close. I think England might be the team who are going to score next, or Switzerland might be a blah, blah, blah. At this point, I can't figure it out. Which is probably good for us in terms of the trajectory of the rest of the tournament. But is it good enough is a different story. You see what I'm saying? Bit confused there. I'm not going to lie. How's the match bingo card going, Stephen? I don't know. Let's have a look. I doubt anyone will have won anything yet because there's been no goals. Oh, I'm very, very close. I'm very, very close on one. Look at that. I'm one off. What do I need? If England can hit the woodwork and it not go in, I've got a line. That's all I need at this point. That's all I need. That's all I want. Trippier out of position again. Does this prick know that squad gives him other players? Yeah, we just have no one else at the left. That's why I thought it'd be Saka. Saka seems like the obvious shout to play left wing back, but for some reason he's not done it. That I can't understand. I cannot understand the Saka not playing at left wing back thing. But I like usually playing Trippier, fine, I get that. We have literally no one else. But like in this system, confusing. And puts us very lopsided. Like if you want to concentrate down the right, fine, but it still gives you no options really down the right hand side in a counter sense. When they're sitting deep and you're forwards, sure, you have options, but when you're countering, it doesn't really have anything. But I guess that's why he's getting so far forward, because really that's where Trippier is going to be most useful. He needs to be as far forward as humanly possible. So here, for example, we're passing it around sort of on the halfway line inside the centre circle, and Bellingham's the one who's really deep collecting it from sort of left wing back position. And that's fine because he can pick up the ball and sort of drive with it. And Trippier is standing directly on the last line. That's clearly his instructions. And I guess that's probably why, because you don't really want a situation where he has the ball deep because it's just completely pointless. You want him, whenever he has the ball, to be as far forward as humanly possible. Because clearly Luke Shaw's not fit enough, otherwise Luke Shaw would have been playing a long time ago. So Saka finds Mainu, out to Walker. Back to Kobe Mainu. I love Mainu. I've become such a Mainu guy. Saka looking for a shot from range. Doesn't quite work out. Blocked. Front Swiss players. It's going to be a throw into England. Maybe a lot deeper than we wanted it to be still. Australia and I got about bed at 2 a.m. again to watch this crap. Common UI and Brian. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hate to say it, but we simply just don't look like champions. Yeah, I don't know why we're favourites to begin with, but yeah, I agree. Did you have England to pass back to their keeper 100 times? No. If it was a normal bet, potentially, but not in a match bingo. No. England play slow instead of slow, quick, slow. Yes. I'm not necessarily against that. Saka's had a couple of opportunities. So you're saying here, get some fast players at half time to run at them. I don't really think it's necessarily the players on the pitch. It's the system. Again, if you want people to run at people, that's not the system we're playing. You could, in theory, get someone who's a bit more direct on the pitch. We've seen it a couple of times with Bellingham. We've seen it from Saka. Saka's playing on that last man and wanting the ball in over the top. We've got Saka and Trippier providing all the width, and they're both playing very much on the last man. Trippier's a lot less useful than Saka is, because Saka, you can get those dinked balls over the top, and all of a sudden he's in behind, which we've seen a few times, and that is down to his pace. So there's something there, but part of it is, of course, as well, the expectation of how good we are as a squad. And coming into this tournament as favourites does make other opposition play differently against you. They are more likely to play kind of deeper and to play a bit more cautious, which asks a lot more of you to be creative, and we just don't have that. Saka, wide on the right-hand side, looking to take on his man. Chickens out of it a little bit, but then decides to step on the pace, beats him. Mainu! Oh! Xhaka does really, really well. Really well. Saka just takes on his man. He looked like he backed out the first time and then just decided, no, I'll take him. And then manages to get forward into a really nice position again with the pullback. Mainu's there. And it's a great foot from Xhaka just to put his foot in. It's going to be a corner to England. This same side as the previous two, but this time it's going to be left-footed in-swinger from Phil Foden. There is Saka short if necessary, but Foden looks to whip it in. It's into a more interesting area, but Jan Sommer collects it under no real pressure. They're going to look to counter-attack quickly here. Switzerland have been pretty much nullified the entire half. Opening 15 minutes, they got a couple of opportunities. Kane doing well to charge back and stop this one. They're coming forward here. Switzerland well cut out by Konsa, and that's going to be either a goal kick or a free kick either way. Is that half-time? Or is that just a free kick? I don't know. No, it's free kick. No, it is half-time. Okay, it's half-time. There we go. No one seemed to know whether that was half-time or not, but there we go. 0-0. Corners are awful. Our corners are absolutely rubbish. I'm not keen on our corners at all. Saka playing well. Yeah, I agree, Stephen. I agree. Southgate said play for pens. We should have this. Marky Boy saying Saka isn't playing well. He's running about, but no end product. I would disagree with Marky. I think he is playing well. I think if you had people actually committing to runs, then he would have had the end product. I think the balls he's playing in are good. It's just there's no one in those positions. Now, you can say that's sort of a 50-50 problem. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like it's decent personally. All you need is like Mainu did there. Just start committing to those runs and all of a sudden you're going to get those opportunities. I blame the new style shirt where they messed up the flag. Peter leaning fully into the culture was rain in the studio. Exciting stuff. Shane Bellingham is playing with 10 Scottish standard players. I think, look, here's the thing. It's interesting and I have mixed feelings on it because is it better than we have been previously? Yes, it is. Categorically, it is. Is it good enough? I don't know. I find it so difficult because we're in a situation as the England side where we have there's two key factors in this England team, right? The first one is you are coming up against you are going into the tournament as favourites, or at least one of the favourites, considered by most people, which gives everyone else an expectation around you, right? It's like when West Ham play in Europe and you go up against teams who think they're going to play against someone different to us, and then they seek very deep, and we sort of struggle to break them down. England have a similar situation where you're coming up consistently against teams who are going to sit deep, and there is definitely success in that style of football, in tournament football, especially at international level. And hey, England for a long time have had the benefits of that. There are a long time they weren't favourites and they would come into these tournaments and we would play sort of defensive, more conservative football, and we'd be able to get very far in it and it would end up working out for us in the long term. And in all of those, we've always had these conversations early on in the tournament, but especially during the early stages of Southgate's career, as England manager, there wasn't really ever a conversation too much about it because there weren't really the expectations. However, because we begin consistently getting late into these tournaments and because we have Foden, Bellingham, Harry Kane, Declan Rice, all of these incredible footballers, there is naturally an expectation that England will go far in these tournaments and naturally an expectation that England will be one of the favourites, which means that you come up against sides who are going to play conservative against you and you're going to have to figure out how to break them down. The problem is all our successes never come from that style of football under Gareth Southgate. And secondly, he has yet in this tournament hasn't shown the ability to really be able to sort and set up a team to be able to break down those sort of systems. Today has been ever so slightly better in that instance. We've been able to sort of drag Switzerland a little bit out of where they want to be, and then playing those balls over the top for Saka is nice. He's been getting balls into decent positions, but no one's been there. But we're not consistently, incredibly breaking them down. The press is better, but we're not consistent. That's a lot better. That's really good today. But we're not consistently breaking them down. Well, I wouldn't say really good. It's better today. Having said that, the second side of it is that we do have, Kane, Foden, Bellingham, Rice, all of these players, right, who are incredibly good. And we are in the golden generation problem once again of, for example, Bellingham and Foden both being too good to not play. You cannot not play Bellingham and Foden. And similarly, they play in the exact same position. It's Gerrard and Lampard all over again. And it's a really difficult question to solve. And for the rest of the tournament, what we said is, well, we're going to play our 4-2-3-1, and one of those is going to end up having to start out wide. They'll shift inwards as the game goes on, but they will start, their starting position at least will be at left wing. And when that's Foden, who's played that position for Manchester City, you can kind of see the logic of that existing, because he has played that for Manchester City. The problem is Manchester City are an incredibly different side with incredibly different players and incredibly different manager. So it's not the exact same. It's playing left wing for Manchester City is very, very, very different than playing left wing for England. And secondly, sort of when you are playing that counter-attacking conservative football and you want to be able to play those out balls towards the wingers, Saka, that works for. Foden, that doesn't really work for. He's not someone who's really going to grab the ball and sprint forward and take on his man in the same way that Jude Bellingham is. And so over the last couple of games, we've seen him switch around and Jude Bellingham be a lot more on the left-hand side. And at times you see him grabbing the ball and charging through. But again, it's sort of, you're always having to sacrifice one of them. And so today we've changed our system. We're playing 3 at the back. We're, in theory, should solve our left wing back problem. Should solve our double 10 problem, because you're playing a system where there are 2 10s. You're playing a system where you can play Saka, who has existed for Arsenal when he first broke into that team. He was playing left wing back. There are options there, and for some reason we've decided to keep Saka at right wing back, Kieran Trippier at left wing back, which is confusing, but it exists. And the double 10 thing, it's been okay, but it's just not, it's not quite there yet. And so in totality, you look at this and you think, okay, is this better than it has been for the rest of the tournament? Yes, I think it is. But if we've been playing at a 4 out of 10 for the rest of the tournament, 5 out of 10 is better than the rest of the tournament. But is it good enough? Probably not. We're still struggling to break teams down. I think we would have scored if someone committed to the runs in towards the front post more often. Saka has had several opportunities where Saka and Trippier are providing the width, and they are both super far forward. They are constantly, when we're in position, on the last man, providing as much width as humanly possible. And Saka has been able to capitalize on that. There's a couple of times where we found through balls to him, being him either chipped or driven, where he's got in round the back and then he's pulled it back across goal. And if we just had Harry Kane or Jude Bellingham or Phil Foden, or in the one instance that it did actually happen, Kobe Mainoo, charging into those areas, making those front post runs, we would have had a lot more shots on target. We would have had a lot more big opportunities, but we just haven't had that we just haven't committed in the same way that we should have. And if that changes in the second half, I can see something coming from this game. I think Kobe Mainoo is having a good game in that sense. I was interested to see how shifting him back into a double pivot position in a 3-4-3 type system, a 3-4-2-1, however you want to word it. I was interested to see how having 2 10s ahead of him would affect him, but I think he's doing well. I think that Bellingham in this sort of last 10-15 minutes started to turn it on a little bit. I think he's been a little bit missing throughout the first part of the game, but the second part of the game, he was starting to grab the ball, starting to charge with it, starting to create opportunities, getting into good positions. There are positive signs. Is it good enough in totality? Again, no, it isn't. But there are at least positive signs, and I'm hoping that we can actually build upon those signs to create an actual positivity in the second half. That's all I'm looking for. Again, I'm just looking for steps forward. I'm not looking for answers right now. I'm just looking for some sort of step forward. Will it exist? If we're being honest, probably not. But we'll see. We'll see. Let's see how you lot feel though in the chat. While I scroll up, subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure to like the video. We of course cover West Ham the rest of the week. We've got tons of stuff going on. We've got a video going up tomorrow, for example. I think me and Gio are doing the 9 a.m. stream. I'm not sure. I haven't spoken to Gio about that. But we of course will be covering it all throughout the week, as well as building up to the semi-finals and the final, which even if England don't come through, thanks to Match Bingo, we will be doing a live stream for at least one of the games in the semi-final and the final. Even if England don't make it into those stage, we'll just pick the one which seems the most fun to do a watch along for, and we'll be covering it. But yeah. Where are we at? I'm still trying to find where the chat was. Let's go from here. Ionix is saying, can't watch another 45 minutes of this. Tony, Palmer, and Bowen on now. BBC Studios carrying on like we are 70s Netherlands. I can't actually hear what they're saying, to be fair. I can't actually hear what they're saying, so I don't really know what they're saying. Real football fans know we are not favourites. We were not favourites. I never thought it was so weird for us to be considered favourites. I understood when you just look at on paper, I guess, but I didn't see anything of us being. I don't know. It was interesting. Leslie is saying, I hate Saka as well, Marky Boy, but Saka is playing a good game. Leslie more agreeing with me than Marky Boy. It's interesting because I think you could... I can understand why you would say the opposite side of it. Palmer will rinse this left back, says Kevin Baxter. Take Kane off, as he isn't able, says Peter. SM, a team that does not create a shot on target every 10 minutes. That is 9 in 90 minutes is piss. Is a piss team. Where are we at in totality with that? Let's have a look. Where have I put it here? Oh my god, my nose is so itchy. Let's have a little refresh. Where are we at? So we've created 5 shots. They've had 2 on target. Still no shots on target from either side. I don't think. Yeah, I don't know. Kane had better score as he's adding 0 to this game, says Ionix. He's been interesting today. I think he's added more from a deeper position than he has from a more advanced position. And actually, I said to Gonzo before the game that the sort of 3 at the back system has a bit more flexibility in it than a 4-2-3-1 can be. You could sort of, for example, take off one of the 10s and put Ivan Toney up front maybe and have a sort of 2 up front with Toney and Kane. And I think Kane has been adding to some stuff from a defensive standpoint, and actually has been his passing has been good, but it's just that final box stuff. So you could make an argument for bringing on a Watkins or a Toney to try and sort of change something in the box, because that's kind of what we're lacking right now. We're lacking that final piece of the puzzle. So whether you would take off Kane because he's not been doing it in the final box, or whether you take off someone and allow Kane to sort of drop deep and do whatever and change to a sort of 2 system up front would be interesting. And I could see arguments for either side. Leslie saying subs needed, but he will not make changes for 20-25 minutes. Moyes 2. I agree with you there. I'm not going to lie. Daniel says, hi, Charlie. Taking a corner and ending up at the goalie's feet sums up my frustrations so far. Kane is now Kane. Sumo wooden legs needs dropping. Yeah. Theo Walcott's hair is very pulled back. When I tie my hair up, just to do washing, right? Because it's so long that if my head's like this, it's just getting my eyes. It's painful. So I tie it up. If I tie it up too tightly, I find it painful. Theo Walcott must be feeling his scalp right now. There is no cross from the left. Kane again sucking his thumb in the box. Yeah, I find the Trippier thing very interesting. Very interesting. I don't understand it at all. And actually, I think if you take off Trippier, you put Saka out there, and then you bring on Bowen or Palmer at right wing back, would probably be better than Trippier playing left wing back at this stage. I would probably say Bowen, if you want to play a wing back, he would be better at it than Palmer would be. But if you are purely just looking for attack, then maybe you just bring on Palmer. But I think either of those would be better than playing. Trippier at left wing back. I mean, ultimately, you're then just sacrificing your wing backs almost entirely. It's kind of an insane thing to do, and maybe you would then take off Walker and bring on like a Gomez or someone like that, just to give us a bit more defensive solidity if you were to do that. But I don't know. I find the Trippier thing very weird. Ionix is saying Kane looks wasted. Don't disagree, especially going forward. Timmy Elite says, if we get to the final and have to play that Spanish side, it will be a rugby score. You could make the argument that our conservative defensive approach would work better against a team like Spain, but at the same time, I don't think we've been defensively strong enough throughout the tournament to give me any hope of that. Peter replying to me saying we won't get to the final, so no need to worry. I don't disagree with you there. Devo says Kaka is the only threat. The rest of them are as threatening as Larry down a dark alley. I like the fact Kaka's name got mentioned. Don't understand why. Rest of it, Devo, not going to lie, it lost on me. Thank you for coming. No, appreciate it. I'm just as clueless as Steve says that England look today. I am just as clueless, to be fair. Watkins and Tony for Kane and Trippier move Saka to left wing back, says Leslie. I'm looking at the team. They're sort of getting ready to come out to see if there's any changes. I don't think there are, but we'll see. Lineker and his pals think England have been good. Like I say, I think we've been better. I think it's really easy to get frustrated when I say England have been better and I would probably be in a similar situation, but like that's not saying we've been good. Do you know what I mean? I think they're two separate things. No fight in his team whatsoever, says Peter. We are growing into the tournament and at this rate we should win it in 2044, says Obsidian. But what a year it will be. What a year it will be if we survive 2043. That's a Doctor Who reference. On Harry Kane's performance, how much do you think he will cost to buy and probs half the Germans paid? I don't know what the Germans paid, but significantly less than that. If we're being honest about it, whatever it is, significantly less than that. No shot on target says it all, says SM. We blew our best chance ever of winning the tournament in the last Euros. Is probably true. Frank on the BBC one is a tactics genius. Frank Lampard, what a mistaken manager he was. How many believe England will make the final? Answer yes, no. I suspect no. I don't believe it, Leslie, and I can't imagine many other people would. England have a good enough squad to get to an entirely different front five every game. Instead, Southgate is trying to fit everyone in. So Josiah, I strongly agree with you. This game looks like another 0-0 and a loss on pen, says Steve. Leslie says no. Peter think they will go straight to pens instead of extra time. There is extra time, no? Am I wrong? I thought it was extra time. We've been crap, says Marky Boy. Watch us nick our lucky goals, sit back for 1-0 and Southgate clings on for another game. We need a hero. Ain't seeing that on the pitch, says Ionix. Second half is about to kick off. I don't see any changes, by the way. We'll see. I don't think I couldn't see any as the players are coming out. It's underway. Come on, you Lions. Deploy the boys. Time to run two tags. Shout out to the boy Peach. Second half underway. Bring Gordon Palmer out. Two out cylinders on the left and right. Kane engine is wasted, says SM. It's better but not exciting. Needs some changes of players. Looks like Swiss will pinch this, says Barry. Yeah, I agree. I don't know who will pinch it, but I 100% agree with everything else Barry is saying there. A different Barry says this bus will be parked 0-0 then pens. If we up tempo another 10%, says Ricky, we should win this. We just do not move the ball quickly enough and then give them wobble moments. I agree with that, Ricky. I agree with that. I can't lie to you. I would love to see us playing just ever so slightly faster would be hugely beneficial. He's never in the box, and that's where strikers should be, says Danny. I agree with the assessment of Kane. Whether about the striker bit, I don't know, but I agree with the assessment of Kane. And like I say, he's not good enough. He's not good enough. Love you. He's not good enough going forward. Oh, that's really nice from Jude Bellingham. Takes it past his man. Trippier stayed wide on the left-hand side, by the way, but Bellingham drives in. It was a nice idea to try and find Kane. Just couldn't quite get there. Trippier wins the ball back, though, in a nice forward position. Declan Rice back to Jude Bellingham. He's going to try and cross it in towards the back post. Kane can't jump. Saka can't get there either. But Saka wins the ball back really nicely. Inside the box, Saka looks to swing his foot at it. Gets a block from the Swiss. This is a solid start from England. Breland Bolo battling for it. Don't go backwards. 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 Okay, good. We went forwards. Thank Christ for that. Marky saying I can literally think of no valid reason to bring not to bring on Watkins, Palmer, and Bowen. There. Usual says piss poor tactics from a piss poor manager. Don't necessarily disagree. They need more pace up front, so Watkins is better than Tony, says Barry. All through this tournament, our build up is way too slow. Strongly agree with you, Mick. Strongly agree with you. Walcott needs a refund on that haircut, bro. It's so tight. It's so Collingwood's there. I think I finally found where I was talking about this. Collingwood is so tight. It's painting on. It's so tight. Kane looks leggy. He doesn't look 100%, which is weird because he had a Christmas break this year. 100%. The commentators have been told to stop going in on England so gushing you'd think we were 3-0 up, says Marky. Southgate always plays not to lose rather than to win, says Ricky. Bring on the Bowen, says Devo. I agree, mate. I thought Trippier was one of the mascots. He was so small. He's not a tall man. He's not a tall man. England recollect the ball again and try to go again. Positive start in the second half. Big positive start. Foden looking to swing, spin in from a Saka pass. Can't make it happen. Switzerland. See, this is the thing. If Switzerland are going to counter-attack like this, good interception there from Kyle Walker. We just need to play faster because then you can really capitalise on them committing. Free kick to England. We would be able to capitalise on it a little bit more. And the system is... I don't know. I have many opinions on it. Also, are you loving WWE right now? Yeah, I'm liking it a lot. I'm liking it a lot. There's a lot to like. There's a hell of a lot to like. I'm right. Wrestling in general right now is pretty fire. New Japan's dead as all buried. Dead as all hell right now. They've got a lot of good young people, but none of them are ready. So, you know, it's a mess. But apart from that, wrestling's great. Wrestling in general is awesome. WWE is great. AEW is great. Flipping all the independents are great. It's a vibey time. Impact's doing stuff that's fun. You know, it's just a good time. We need some Bowen balls. Spain are on fire. We need to see rainbow flags. Shout out to my pride. Completely should have said it the other way when we literally had a stream on the day. Completely forgot, but there we go. Shout out to my pride. Shout out to my people. Bring on Palmer and Watkins. I wouldn't be against it, you know. It's going to be a free kick to Switzerland. Let's see, what do you rate the Kilman signing out of 10? It's an interesting question, Switzy. Blitzy, sorry. Don't know why I said Switzy. 8. I'll give it an 8. I like it a lot. A lot of money, but our defense last year was god awful. We needed a big, strong, dominant leader at centre back very, very badly. And Max Kilman brings all of those things while also being a good age and homegrown and proven in the Premier League. So in that sense, and on a long contract, the money becomes a little bit better for us. So I'm happy with it. I wouldn't be against him and Mavropanos starting at centre back together. Bit scary, but I wouldn't be against it at all. If we bring in another centre back, I'm going to be living in La La Land. But I think for now, I'm happy with it. 8 out of 10, I'd say. 8 out of 10. Knows the manager as well. It's a good thing. Switzerland all nicely played through. Breel and Bolo inside the box, turns, hits it. First shot on target, but it's straight at the hands of Pickford. There was no chance of it going in. First shot on target, it goes down. Pickford's going to play that one out. Someone's down. Is it Conser? Conser is down. Let's have a look. Conser does well to just track Mbolo there. Ooh. I think his studs maybe just get stuck in the floor, and as he spins, his knee just looks a bit awkward. Ooh. There's a moment where he sticks his foot out, and it's just a bit... His knee buckles in a bit of a weird way. Doesn't look comfortable at all. He's back up, though, thankfully. I think he's had a good game today so far, Conser. But it's a shame if he went down injured. I mean, we get Mark Gay back in the next round, I guess, but... Yeah, it'd be a shame because I think he's done well today. Foden is crap, and he drops deep to get the ball off the back foot is a joke. Also, Kane anonymous 0 tops on target again, back 3 even. Yeah, to be fair, I understand what you're saying, Josh. Said go straight to pens instead of another boring 30 minutes to suffer. We need a back forward 2 strikers, says Blitzy, and the BBC pundits are also just as bad. Troj going as deep as to say our culture is infected, which is an incredibly deep way of saying that we've been a bit boring. But you know, I respect the emphatic nature of it. CJ is saying England can never be eliminated by a penalty shootout. This never. Jay, good to see you, sir. It's 2 a.m. in South Korea, and I'm heading to the border tomorrow, so it's time to tune out. Fair. Jay, enjoy the rest of your time, my friend. Sounds like you're having a much more busy day than I am. I'm going to go to the shops to buy a Toblerone. So, who's having a busy day, me or you? Missed any subs? No, Leslie, no subs. 4 goals in 37 games up front for England. Who's that? Who's Who's got 4 and 37 for England? I don't actually know. Couldn't even begin to think about it. Bellingham goes down emphatically there and wins a free kick. I'm not keen on this ref. Another foul there, and that one was against Jude. That was like for Jude Bellingham going down quite emphatically. I think it was Jude Bellingham. It might be Trippier actually. Was it Conson? No, it was Conso who just went down screaming on Breland Bolo. But there's just a lot of, it's a very bitty game. Lots of whistle going on, you know? Even when we attack, it's lackluster. Kane is about as good a captain as Zuma. Says Peter. The team mirrors Southgate as it's safe and boring. I agree with that one, Iggy. Bellingham is our hero and other players are not on his level, says Troj. England should be sponsored by Turtle Wax as they are slow. The adverts are easy to make. Replace slow-mo Kane with Bowen, says Mandy G. Good to see you. Do you know what? I'm very, at the beginning of this tournament, I would have been hesitant to take off your Fodens, your Bellinghams, your Kanes and everything else. At this point, I'm not that scared of taking off any of them, if we're being honest about it. Not that scared of taking off any of them. Ball played forward. Ooh, almost gets the control there, Switzerland. 10 minutes in, it's been slightly better again, but we've sort of slowed down a little bit in the last 5 minutes. The opening stages, we had them. We had them a little bit, and now we're struggling to get back to that position. Kobe Mainoo looking for a nice idea pass towards Saka. I'm here for it. It doesn't work out, but I'm here for the effort and for the try. Poor throw-in. Thankfully, it's going to get asked to retaken because that worked awful for us. Went awful for us. Make subs now before it's too late, says Peter. England going for it. It is so boring, says Leslie. I'll say this, Troj. I don't think any of this has any effect on England being a bit boring. I'll say that much. In my opinion. He's even saving the subs for extra time again, says Obsidian. Kane has looked tired this year. Yeah, and he has. I mean, he's obviously of an age where it could happen. But yeah. This is kind of my thing. Do you see what I mean? Where is it, Troj? At least I was proud to watch Czech get robbed. Bloody hell, and Bolo scored. They gave everything. I would be deeply disappointed. This is the thing I can agree with, because I would be deeply disappointed if England went out at this stage, because I would feel like we did not put our best foot forward at all. It's a great ball in from Rodrigo, and Consa doing really well up against Mbolo again, just tracking him, wrestling with him, and Mbolo can't quite get a strong header on it, and it ends up going into the hands of Pickford. Close from Switzerland. Really good opportunity. They've crafted 2 opportunities very quickly there with Breland Bolo in the last 5 minutes. Something that we're going to have to keep an eye on, because as we get more committed to trying to score and committing more and more people forwards, the counter-attack for Switzerland is going to become more and more effective, and Breland Bolo is very good at that sort of stuff up front. And you've seen it just in quick succession, 2 opportunities. But yeah, Troj, I agree with you here with when you talk about, at least I was proud to watch Czech go out and get robbed. They gave everything. I would be really disappointed if England went out at this stage, because I would feel like we didn't come anywhere close to putting our best foot forward. And not only does that count for Southgate, that counts for the team as well. I would agree with you there. Oh, something here, we're in a situation again here where Switzerland are sitting deep and Declan Rice passes it backwards. It's Switzerland are sitting deep, and they're gonna have to ask us the question: can we break them down? Not bad pass inwards, trying to header it in. Trippier, Kane can't get there. It wasn't a ball he should get to be fair. And we're going to win a throw-in. It'd be funny to see Bilic with 5 subs rule. He could throw on Tony, Watkins, Bowen, Palmer and Gordon with no regard for team shape or formation. It's the vibe I want, Collingwood, you know? It's the vibe I need. I need old Bilic subs back where it was just madness. Just madness. Ball forward for Walker. Saka finds Walker again. He's got Foden to the inside of him, who's asking for the ball. Saka collects it. The ball in was crap from Saka. England trying to buddy the ball into the box and failing, and it's a ball over the top, and Switzerland can counter here. There's a good opportunity. He's done really well there to find his man. Couldn't quite turn in there, but they still got the ball in very, very advanced position in the corner quadrant. Look for the 1-2. No defensive solidity there at all, and they win a corner. Good counter attack there. I tell you what, Timmy says, have you seen any players this tournament that you think would be good for us? Feel free to respond to that in the comments, by the way. If you have anyone who you think would be good for West Ham, feel free to let Timmy know, because I'd be interested in the answer. I'll say it's just from this game. Mbolo. I don't know how much he would fit the Lopetegui system, but as I said, Jack Elderton off of Analytics United, among many other things. Follow him on Twitter. What a lad. Was talking a lot about Mbolo over the last 18 months being sort of the perfect replacement for Antonio. And today you see it. You see his ability to hold off people, his strength, his movement. He's just very good. He's just very good. Might not have that end product, but everything else he has is very, very nice. They take a short corner. I don't think they're entirely ready for it. Rodrigo's over the top. And they're going to have another corner here, Switzerland. It looked like a failure, but they're going to get another chop. They're going to get another bite at the cherry. Secondary corner for Switzerland. Whipped in towards the front post, cleared away easily by England. It's going to be another corner. Sorry, it's going to be another throw into Switzerland on the right-hand side. Just heard the word subs. I don't know if it's for England or Switzerland. I'll see if the... I think it's Switzerland. They're going to make a couple of changes. Trippier, yeah, it is. You're going to get a double switch change from Switzerland at some point. They take the throw in quickly, though. Nice first-time pass over the top. Again, looking to get a concert. Switzerland looking decent here. Last 5-10 minutes, they've been building, and they're getting there now. Look at try and cross the ball in. 17, looking for Breland Bolo in the centre. It's a good stab away from Walker. It's not a successful clearance, but nice to get in front. Manu battles for it. Saka just sort of connects with a clearance. Bellingham goes down emphatically. Switzerland still with possession of the ball. First time pass inwards, looking to try and get it in there. They're looking good right now. Vargas with the switch into the box. Foden loses out possession, cleared away from England. We're gonna have to sub soon. This is getting poor. We're gonna have to sub soon. Switzerland are starting to grow into this game, and we just need to stop them. They're gonna make a couple of changes to try and capitalize on the spaces and the problems that they're starting to see exist. And I think we need to just nip in and try and stop this one, make a change, really change the momentum. If it is bringing on, say, Watkins and just booting the ball over the top towards him, just giving them something to think about, forcing them back a little bit would be necessary. You could do a couple of other changes as well. That's just one off the top of my head where I'm like, even if it's just that, even if it's as basic as booting it at Ollie Watkins in behind the defence, we just need to do something here because Switzerland are starting to build up a little bit of momentum and they're about to make 2 subs, which will inevitably probably capitalise on the holes that they're seeing. The Georgian name all blur together for me, but their striker looked pretty tasty. Yeah, didn't we bid for their striker? Didn't we bid for their striker apparently, or something like that? I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention to it. Manu does well to try and get away. Kane goes down. It's going to be a double free kick for us. Thank you very much. But yeah, didn't we bid for that? I don't know. We are so slow, pass sideways and backwards and lose the ball, says Big Reg. Yeah, I agree. I think Kukurea has been great. To be fair, he's had a very good tournament, actually, to be fair to me. He's had a very good tournament. Something Chelsea fans will be very excited about. Kukurea has had a very good tournament. That ball down their wing was sublime. Yeah. Let's see their 2 changes they're going to make here. Vargas is going to be one of them coming off. He's played decently. Ryder is the other one who's going to be coming off. So changing those two around in Bolo. And it's going to be Zuba and Widmer. Interesting. Number 3 would suggest he's difficult. "61 minutes, we can make subs now." Yeah, I mean, they just have Leslie. I strongly think we need to make subs sooner rather than later right now. We are under the cautious siege time. Yeah, I agree, Alex. Kane off, says Brian. Yeah, I don't disagree. Our first change last week was 66 minutes and we were 1-0 down, so I don't think we'll make any subs until 80 minutes if it remains 0-0, says M. Collingwood. I don't disagree. I like Vargas. Yeah, I think he's looked decent, Daniel. I can't lie. Chip across from Foden. That's not bad. Bellingham trying to get there at the far post. Can't make it happen. It's going to be a corner. We'll take that. We'll take that. So apparently it's going to be a goal kick. The mind has been changed. It's going to be a goal kick. To be fair, I think the referee's right. I think Bellingham got glass touch on that. 6 shots from us so far, 4 from them, 1 on target. That's theirs. Second half, we've had 1 shot. They've had 2. Just check my He's better than Javier Vargas. Listen. Please check my match bingo, because I have not been paying attention to that. Still no one claimed any lines. I'm still close. In fact, I'm even closer. If I get 3 to 4 minutes of injury time, I've completed a line. If I get a shot off the woodwork, direct hit off the woodwork without it going in for England, I complete a line. I'm getting close. I'm getting close. I imagine some other people are as well, though. No lines claimed yet. Played into the box header away from Ezri Konsa. Not super confidently, but at least get a touch onto it. And Stones' header wasn't incredible either. But he did dye his hair claret and blue, respect. Well, you know. Freddie Lundberg did the red hair as well. It's not unheard of. Although I never think it's a good idea. Oh, yellow card for Harry Kane. He's against it. Ball gets played forwards. It's a bit of a scrap with a Kanji. It's a soft yellow. It's a soft yellow. Can't lie. Getting OG Doctor Who references in the chat. What time to be alive? Played forward from Ricardo Rodriguez. It's a nice ball over the top. Zuba looking to try and get in. Bounces back. This is a good opportunity for Switzerland to open up a shot, maybe. Looks, it doesn't pull the trigger fast enough. And Declan Rice covers well. Harry Kane comes and collects the ball. And the ball out's good from Harry Kane as well. Significantly better than we've seen. Mainu desperate to play it right. Should have gone centrally into Bellingham. I don't know why he didn't look up and see Bellingham. He was just obsessed with the idea of getting the ball to Saka. Need a red card for a lineup? I'm sorry, Rob. I'm sorry. We've all been there. Me specifically, several times. Kane taking up the Andy Carroll role in defence. Only issue we got winning. Yeah. I'm just thinking, what changes I would even make. I don't know. Foden, maybe? I don't know. I feel like I always go for Foden, and I feel like I've got an agenda against him or something. I don't know. Right, this is kind of what I'm thinking. Why isn't Foden playing ahead of Kane like Son, so Kane can find him? We play the opposite. Like, the thing is, he is sort of ahead of him, but not far enough away to really be able to counter. Saka's too deep because he's playing wing back, so he can't really be further forward to make the most out of those opportunities. So I would think, I don't know, maybe I would take off. Doyle does well there, by the way. I would maybe take off Foden. I don't know. I feel like I've got an agenda against Foden, but I'm like, maybe because Bellingham, I feel like, can do stuff while dropping deeper. Maybe you take off Foden and you bring on like a Watkins to really try and play that sort of that Son role. Maybe. I don't know. Kane, much better defender than striker, says Rob. I would say Watkins for Kane, Gordon for Foden / Bellingham, says M. Collingwood. Sort of thinking along the same lines, really. Foden wants the ball. He's not a runner, says Collingwood. Yeah, I guess that's kind of what I'm thinking. Troy's just saying Foden is killing us, IMO. Red card or England 5 sub. That's not going to happen yet. No, yeah. Rob, you might get a red card. England 5 sub seems unlikely. We play like a team who have just met, says Peter. Yeah, we're individuals again. Foden looking to try and play the ball across to Harry Kane. He just doesn't. It's not great. Saka battling for it. He does well there, Saka. Just has to stab the ball towards the box and can't make it happen. It was better. It was good from Saka, but... Bell time? The people want a bell, we can bell. I can't lie. If people want a bell, I can bell. It's the learning tree. Hi, guys. I have a very conflicted feeling about Chris Jericho. Especially since the Kylie Ray stuff. But... the learning tree shtick is a solid heel gimmick, IMO. It's just whether or not it should be him. I don't know, but it's a solid heel gimmick. I forgot Bowen was on the bench, which is really bad. Him and Gordon for Foden and Bellingham. Yeah, maybe and go more traditional 3-4-3. It's not actually a bad idea. That's not actually a bad idea. Actually, I think I agree with Collingwood. I think I'd take them both off. Bellingham, I can see the... yeah, I think I'd take them both off. I think that's probably fair. Angelica Bell time for sure. All right, we've had enough. Is it made of Swiss cheese? That's a great question, Molly. I don't actually know. We've had enough for the Bell poll, so we'll lob it in there. We'll see what happens. Good to see you, Wally, by the way. Bellingham gets in behind. Looks to take on his man. Xhaka does. Can't get the cross. Oh, and then a rogue foot where Xhaka goes head first into it, and it's going to be a free kick. I mean, Xhaka committed to it, but yeah, it's probably a free kick, isn't it? Bellingham. Xhaka. Oh, Bell poll's up, by the way. We'll give it until 50. We'll give it until 75. We'll give it until 75. Xhaka, what an unbelievable just bullcrap merchant. Love it. Goes down holding his face like he'd just been kicked in the face, and bro was nowhere even close to a connection. Nowhere even close to a connection. Unreal. Unreal. I would sub Kane, Foden, Saka for Tony, Palmer, and Bowen. Again, I'm not against it. I'm not against it. Watch Kane get sent off. Rob's praying for it almost. I just want to hear that Bowen song at Euros. Yeah, I'm here for it. It makes me laugh. Something I can't do watching footy these days. Yeah, very, very fair. Very fair. It definitely is. I really do think it's a good heel gimmick. It's just so dumb. It's just so dumb. You know what I mean? Switzerland playing of all around. There's just something about it, which is such an unbelievable. And he's the perfect guy to do it, but it's just like whether or not you should be on television at all is the question. But you know, Xhaka playing it across. England again sitting in that defensive formation. As Switzerland looks to try and break it down. Fabian Schär does well with a reverse pass. Pulled across. Edoy! Briel Mbolo gets the goal. It's 1-0 to Switzerland. And it's Briel Mbolo with the goal. England 1-0 down yet again. I won't change it because I will see if there's a VAR for offside, but the reverse pass from Fabian Schär down the line for Ndoye was really nice. Ball gets played across to him slowly, quite slowly to Fabian Schär. England sort of not really reacting too quickly to it, but the reverse pass, he cuts inside and it's nice into Ndoye. He has that space and he drives it across and it's through the legs of Konsa and there's a tiny touch off John Stones and Mbolo just who's in behind Walker. Walker can't do anything from that position. He can't do anything to stop him or pull him down because it would be a penalty. So he's just sort of pulling him a tiny bit and Mbolo stretches out, gets his foot onto it, and there it is. It's the goal. 1-0, and I don't think it will be anywhere close to VAR, especially because of the touch. So 1-0. 1-0. England down again. England down again. Clearly the Bells made a Swiss cheese. Clearly. Well, we'll go and grab it in a second. Definitely Bell time now. Obvious it was coming, says Troge. Come on, the boys, says Carol. Come on! Carol knows. Big ups. Big ups, Carol. I need to go and get that baby bell. Hang on, I'm getting a baby bell. The poll, well, I'm assuming the poll passed. Let's double check before I say that. End poll. Cover you, England. Thank you, Carol. 77. Okay, right, I'm getting a baby bell. Hang on. I'll be back. Right, got it. Baby bell acquired. Yes, those are my pajama bottoms. Don't question it. The way we live our life. Right, here we go. It's time to change the game. Like I said, I will be massive. If we go out of here, it will be incredibly disappointing just because we've not shown anything this tournament. We've not put our best foot forward, unlike Czech Republic. I'll just put it all around. Well, there's 2 changes, 3 changes. Who are they? Baby Bar. Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw's come on. I don't know what's going on with Bellingham. I was muted, by the way. Right, so we've changed to a 4 at the back, right, I think. Consta seems to have come off. So Consta's come off. You've probably got Walker, Stones, Trippier. Who the hell is on the pitch right now? Well, England are coming forward with the ball. Saka plays it out wide. I think we've gone to a 4-2. I don't know what's going on. I'll be honest with you. I have no idea what's going on. He doesn't. I don't own one. I know. Thank you, Peter. I realised after a while. I don't own an England shirt. Otherwise, he would get it. Otherwise, he would have it on, to be fair. So what? Maino and Trippier have come off. For Shaw and Eze. Maino and Trippier for Shaw and Eze. So Shaw will go here. Walker, Stones, Consta. Is Consta still on the pitch? I've got no idea. I'll have to look it up in a second. Consta, Trippier, Mainu off. Says BBC website. Shaw, Eze, Palmer on. Thank you, M. Collingwood. Oh my god! Bukayo Saka's just scored an absolute screamer. Holy the bell! The bell! The bell! He's just scored an absolute screamer. Holy hell! Bukayo Saka! He's just cut inside from range, and he's 25 yards out, and he's just absolutely smashed it off the inside of the post. An absolute screamer. The bells are ringing. Short pass from Declan Rice into Bukayo Saka, one Arsenal player to another, cuts his side, and then hits an absolute peach through the leg of Xhaka. Swerves in off the bottom, mate. No doubts of VAR on that one. Beautiful. Beautiful. And if ever there was doubt, if ever the people doubted about the bells, guess what? Yet again, proof. We're back. A proper daisy cutter, Phil. A proper daisy cutter. Well, there we go. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. England won, Switzerland won. Just when we thought it was all over. Right, let's get this lineup correct down here, because this is a mess. So we'll have Walker, Stones. I'm gonna have to type out this whole thing. Mad all of a sudden. Shaw. Saka. Shaw getting in there. So I mean, it's good to see Luke Shaw. I guess at this point it's this point last chance saloon. Why not? You know. Wait, let me. Who scored? They'll have an update of what it looks like. That's what I need. God, even theirs is wonky as all hell. Right, so Walker, Stones, Shaw. It's essentially just a back three at that point. And Saka, Rice. No, we'll put Rice there. I guess we'll put Rice there. Rice, Saka, Eze, Palmer, Foden, Bellingham, and Kane. Typed in Kane. There we go. God, I don't know if that's accurate, but it's what's being said. Kane spins, can't hit it. I tell you what, it's all of a sudden, it's all kicking off. Kez, you nailed it. Thank you very much. Kez came through with the bell shout. OG. Kez gets the what's the word I'm looking for? The good words. I can't remember the words. The credit Credit. I did it. I'm real smart. 1-1, 7 minutes to go, plus stoppage time, and then potentially extra time after it. For the sake of my voice, I would hope not. My pleasure. Thank you, Kez. Thank you. Eat another bell? What you can't just be eating bells all day. Listen, if the chat go for it, the chat go for it. But I can't just be eating bells all day. It's a problem. Quasimodo is dancing again. 3-1 up now. Jesus Christ, Icky. Don't get me stressed. Don't get me stressed. Although I am behind. Oh my god, I've just realised. Match bingo. I need to check my match bingo. I guarantee someone's going to have won a line after that. I guarantee. And it won't be me. Oh, 1 lion has been claimed. 2 lions have been claimed. Oh, I have a lion. Wait, am I one of them? Am I one of them? I can't see. I got a lion, but I don't know if I'm one of them. But I don't know if I'm one of them. Because it was claimed by so many people. And I don't think I'm in there. I'm not in there. No, no. And 2 lames to be claimed. Congratulations if you're in here and you've won either 1 line or 2 lines on Match Bingo. Link in the description below. Have to be 18 plus to play, obviously. But it's not me. I've got a line, though. Look, I have a line. I have a line, but my name's not there. Ugh. Fuming. Fuming. I thought I'd had it. I thought I had it. But the line must have been after the line was claimed. I just need a full house now. How can I get a full house? Okay, if Switzerland make 5 changes, there's 3 or 4 minutes of extra time, and England hit the woodwork without it going in, I get a full house. Oh man, I was so close. I was so close. I only got laid down. Does it count? Yeah, why not? Bell, bell, bell. Fine, I'll put the poll up. I feel like I'm going to regret this. But I'll put the poll up. Bell, yes or no? Poll will be appearing in chat in a few seconds' time, and we'll go for 87. We'll go for. Yeah, I know. I was so close. Can girls be added to Match Bingo, or would that be considered rigging the odds? Probably rigging the odds. We have connections with people at Match Bingo. Maybe I should try force it. Shaw looking for a 1-2. God, I'm terrified watching Luke Shaw move around a football pitch. Eze collects it. Declan Rice plays it out wide to Saka. In towards Bellingham, cuts out, cuts in again. Couldn't quite get there. Declan Rice, nice foot in there quickly. Bellingham goes again. Yeah, Saka just next to him, finds him. Put the cross is poor from Bukayo Saka. Harry Kane at the far side, can't get there, and it's going to go out for a throw into Switzerland. Poor cross. Poor cross. Okay, they've confirmed it at the bottom, the subs that did happen. We were correct. God knows what that means formationally, but, you know. Referee having a conversation with Freuler and Palmer. England, 1 shot on target, deflected. Yeah, I know, crazy. Ben White loves Bloom Veichi. Does he? It wouldn't surprise me. I don't know anything about Ben White, but it wouldn't surprise me. 87 minutes have passed. Let's check what the poll's saying. Poll says 60% no, 30% no, 69% say yes. So it is a yes on the bell. When this passage of play ends, I will go and get another bell. Imagine eating 2 baby bells in 5 minutes. Play forward. It's probably a bit longer than that, to be fair. England on the ball. Ball gets played into Foden. Nice cross ball. Eze picks it up wide on the left-hand side. Is Eze the left wing back at this point? He had Shaw on the underlap. Eze strikes it hard and true and wide. Rowan's warming up. Good times. Right, I'm going to get another bell. Again, ignore my pyjamas and the fact one of them's rolled up and the other one isn't. Ignore that. Right, second bell acquired. What a time my stomach is about to have. Let's say that was poor. Yeah, it was crap. Cuts his side and then just smashes it. Please, Pete. Please. Time to use your angels. All three. Listen. I'll call up Cameron Diaz. I'll get her on the case. Have you tried getting a sponsorship from Babybel? Brian, I'll be honest with you. Yes, I have. I did send them. I have tried to contact them in 2 different ways. And I'll be real with you, Brian. I've had no response. Free kick to England, almost on the touchline. Left-hand side. Foden looks to take it. In swinger, punched away from Sommer. It was into a decent position. I'll be honest, Brian. 0 response. Whipped into a good position again. Headed away from Akanji. They're under pressure here, Switzerland, but they do have the ball now. And they can counter-attack with it. Charging forward. They've got Mbolo in there. Zuba's there alongside him. Instead, he looks for the shot and Doyen. It is high and wide. Babybel number 2. In we go. What am I doing? If that explains it without me having to say anything, you know what I mean? Three minutes of added time. Oh my god! If you've ever had 2 Babybels in that quick succession, you'll know that the second is significantly harder to eat than the first. Significantly harder to eat than the first. Three minutes of added time. Look how close I am to a full house. Ah, yeah, it's Asuka. She's one of my favourite wrestlers. Played into the box, cleared away from John Stones. Just under 2 minutes left until an extra 30 minutes gets called. Should be wearing Babybel merch. I've never looked, but I should. Trode, you're right. Hell yeah. Him back he's doing good things. Nice back. I'm happy for him. That's what I'm saying. Brian knows. Loyal to the bell to the end. That's what we're all about That's what we're all about, you know. Listen, if they want to give me money for it, we'll do it. Oh, from Switzerland. Oh, they get second bite of the cherry and he pumps it over. It might not have the money from them, and if they want to give you money for it, listen, I'm open, is all I'll say. However, I'm loyal to the end, and that's what makes it true. We don't do it for the money. We do it for the luck. You know? Time for another Babybel. Peter, please. I'm writing. 3 is impossible. In that cricket opportunity, 3 is impossible. Bad times. Trust me, I've tried. We were lucky there a little bit. Switzerland played in towards the boxes, crossed in. With 20 seconds to go, there might be one more opportunity, but I think there's going to be an extra 30 minutes here for the second game in a row. Bloody hell. I'm going to have to go and get more water. Kane nods it on. Bellingham looking to battle in for it. Can't get there. 5 seconds left until the referee blows his whistle. There it is. Well, Stephen, thank you very much. Appreciate it. What do we do? 1-1 final scoreline. 1-1 final scoreline, and it's going to be extra time. It's going to be 30 more minutes of this, and I don't know which way it's going to go. Making those big, bold changes worked from an attacking standpoint, but it has made us that slightly weaker, and Switzerland have had opportunities just as much as we've had. Again, even though the game's more exciting now and more open now, you could ask me the exact same question from as you could have 60 minutes ago. Who do I think is going to score first next? And the answer is the same. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Both teams have had really good opportunities in that half post the changes, but it's been close. It's been close, and it's getting more and more open. And I don't know who that's going to end up benefiting. We've got a lot more attacking players on the pitch, and it did take one heck of a slammer from range from Bukayo Saka to get back into that game, which should give me more nerves than them scoring a tap in sort of thing. But realistically, we've had the opportunities past that, but so have they. I just can't decide who I think is going to win this game and who's going to go through them. And the thing is, do I think there's going to be goals? Yes. Do I know who? No, not the foggiest. Not the foggiest. I have no clue which way this one's going to go. Gareth Southgate having deep conversations with Walker. He had a conversation with Bellingham as well. Maybe a situation in which he's taking those off. He did that in the last game. He went around, had a conversation with a couple of people before they came off in extra time. And him and Walker are having very deep conversations. So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. How do we all feel? Let me do a poll, actually, while we're here. Let me do a poll. Because we ended the other one to do baby bells. Who will win? Who will win? England. Open brackets. On pens. Switzerland. Open brackets on pens. Or Switzerland. There you go. Let's see how you lot feel, because I have no idea. I haven't got the foggiest. Go for it, lads, please. Says Troj. The Amazon region, Netherlands. Wes, Wes. One game at a time. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's happening next one. You'll be crap and cheese by the end of the game, Peter. It's going to be a bit of a problem there. I can't lie to you. 30 more minutes of pain. Now Gareth will speak to them and calm them down, and we will sit deep. Maz says this is dreadful. By the way, Maz, thank you for the super chat earlier on. I know you did it while Gonzo was talking, but we appreciate it massively. Helps out the channel a huge amount. Waistcoat, come on, lads. We've got this back to 1-1. Make sure you hold on for pens. At least Eze and Palmer will always try and take people on, says Troj. This has been poor. Did Bowen come on? Not that I've seen Troj. Seen Bowen warming up. I know he was warming up. Well, I got told he was warming up, so I assume he was still warming up, but I haven't seen him come on. Steve Palmer says low block for the win. So far, the poll is suggesting that you think Switzerland are going to win on penalties. The most likely result from you guys in so far is Switzerland win on penalties, England win on penalties, and then England and Switzerland both on 19% winning after extra time. Switzerland are going to kick off this second period of extra time. I need to change this to 20, like that. Move this to here, to that. There we go. Okay, right. That's now fixed and ready. England versus Switzerland. 30 more minutes of this. I need to go get water at some point. My God. My God. Can I take it? I don't know. What is it? Is it a baby bell? Oh, water. Yes, please. Sorry, I thought you were handing me a baby bell. Yes, please. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. 30 more minutes. I thought it was a baby bell. I couldn't see. It's dark. Switzerland going to be wants to take it. No changes are at full time. We go again. Come on, you Lions. Deploy the boys. It's time to run two things. Shout out to Peach. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What time to be alive? Right. Here we go. Be interested to see when and if we do make changes. Again, Bowen would be a very good change to make. He's just very direct. I'm trying to sort of see how the lineup is. 44 seconds in, Switzerland on the attack, and I'm trying to just see. We're still playing 3 at the back, and I think, pardon me, I think it is Walker, Stone, Shaw with Eze left wing back and Saka right wing back. I think that is what it is. How can anyone still defend Southgate? He struggles to beat minutes. I haven't seen anyone defending him. I'll be honest with you, Epic. I'll be honest with you, I haven't seen anyone really talking positively about him for a hot minute. Tro's saying the same thing. Bowen won't come on and Kane won't get dropped. You doing a Running the Bank watch log? No, but if you are subscribed to my channel, a top Mark, forgot what it was. If you're subscribed to my wrestling channel, there will be something very soon. That's a good opportunity from Switzerland that they play it over. I have big things happening next week in my life. And that will mean that if you are subscribed to A-Top Mark and my personal channel, A-Top Lad, which I do gaming stuff on, there will be stuff on there very, very soon because I have a big thing coming up. I won't say what because I don't know what I can and can't say. But basically a work thing happening. So yeah, but I won't be doing a Money in the Bank watch long because I have to be up early on Monday. Yeah, I have to be up early on Monday. What's the world record for emails? I think we've had... I don't know if we've ever had 3. I feel like we might have, but I don't think we've ever had 3. Another 30 minutes of low block Southgate. You spoil us. Ashley saying, I think AJ Lee will interfere. I keep seeing this. I don't know. I keep seeing her name trending and then people saying she might be coming back. I don't know. But I feel... I don't know. I hope she does because I love her, but I don't know. I think she's flipping excellent. She was so good when she was back, when she was here the first time around. I would love to see her back, but I've got no idea. And blow low with your job for us. Yeah, I agree, Peter. I do. Intriguing. It will be if you watch. It will be obvious soon what's going on. Is what I'll say. It will be obvious soon. But yes. And then whether I do watch alongs on the wrestling channel, I don't know, but I'll certainly be doing stuff on there. It will be coming. I will be watching Money in the Bank Monday though, probably Monday evening. Very exciting for that. Very excited for it. England playing the ball around. I have the hair of a wrestler. I'll take that, Peter. I'll take that. I kind of do. If it was unnecessarily wet, it would be 100% there. You know, it would be very Seth Rollins. If it was 100% wet, when I first get out of the shower, it's very Seth Rollins. Rice on the ball. Pickford plays it first time into the path of John Stones, who strides forward. Played out wide to Cole Palmer. He's got Eze to the left of him. Decides to try and cut inside and play it back to Luke Shaw instead. Could have pulled the trigger on Eze there and he just didn't for some reason. Bellingham, nice pass in towards Palmer. Now he finds Eze. Decent ball in. No one really there. Declan Rice from range looking for it again. Hits it. Just wide. Someone with a save. Declan Rice, long shot, man. Just whenever Declan Rice gets the ball in that position, you best believe he's going to take a shot. And you best believe it's very rarely going in. But he loves it. Part of me's missed it at West Ham. Another part of me hasn't because I found it very frustrating. Eze's going to be the one to take the corner, though. On the left-hand side, it's going to be an outswinger. He has Saka as that short option. Raises a single hand. It's going to be put into the box. Up high. Headed away. Short to Saka. He gets bullied, but Eze thankfully picks up the ball. I like Eze a lot for England, I can't lie. Foden. Rice. Out wide. Cole Palmer takes on his man. Can't quite beat him. Oh, nice little nutmeg on the way through. Was never going to work out for him, but it was a nice little nutmeg. There's something about the likes of Palmer and Eze who just, they feel like they play without the weight of expectancy on them. Foden, Bellingham, it feels like there's like a sluggishness to them as if they're weighed down by it all. Whereas Palmer, Eze, those people, they just seem to come on and flourish. Like they just sort of go for it. Like there's nothing really holding them back or weighing them down. And I like that. Whether it would be the same if they started, I don't know. But when they come on as subs, I like that. We should be making these sort of subs earlier. Finding the wax into a massive ball. I can see that. If you roll the wax for a while, it sort of just becomes one thing. So I could see that happening. Palmer does well to take on his man, beat him, goes down a bit emphatically. No free kick. I agree with the ref, can't lie. Everyone knows you don't win silverware with Kane in a team. Yeah. Even Bayern couldn't win anything. It's incredible, right? It's incredible. Pickford having to clear that. That was terrifying for a split second. Palmer, that's a poor pass. Xhaka, nice first time pass into the path of Embolo. Back to Xhaka as they look to convert their way forward. Rodriguez charges forward into the path back again of Zuba. Looking for the dink in. It's a big old deflection of Harry Kane's head. Saka's clearance is poor. Rodriguez. Kane goes down. Don't think that's a free kick, to be honest. I think the ref has given a free kick. I'm not really sure why. I mean, he hits him, but I don't think it's a free kick, I'll be honest with you. Can you make candles out of baby bell wax? I assume you can. Get enough of them together, you probably could, right? Dennis Zakaria. Former cheese scented candle. Exactly. I'm sure you could, right? Dennis Zakaria coming on for Ndoye. Or almost West Ham player, Dennis Zakaria. As Switzerland move their pieces around a little bit, bringing on a defensive midfielder for a more attacking one. Rather losing extra time than pens. I don't mind either way. It does feel... The game still feels relatively open. The first 10 minutes of this extra time, or 8.5 minutes so far, have been pretty conservative, pretty closed off. Both teams sort of resetting a little bit and getting a bit more... standing off a little bit, a bit more standoffish. But ultimately... yeah, there's still openness to it. It's just not what it was the 10 minutes before full-time whistle went. That'll obviously change as the... that'll obviously change as extra time goes on. Oh, nicely done by Eze. First time pass into... oh, back to him. Oh my god, my stomach is kicking off because of the baby bells. Fabian Schär again fouling Eze. He's given Fabian Schär one last chance. Does well there to Eze to take on Freuler. Schär lucky there. Lucky. Again, it feels like the entire game's kind of reset a bit. It feels like the entire game's reset a bit. Oh, sorry, I'm staring at Match Bingo. Be interested to see if we do go through to the next round, what happens with Luke Shaw. Now he's back and just running around like normal. Is it a case of he can only play so many minutes and that's why he's on and there was just nothing to lose by playing him at that point? But I don't know. It'd be interesting to see. Stones to Pickford. The formation we're playing really really isolating the back line right now. Need to get Watkins on for pens, says Tim Healy. Tro says, don't worry, we have excellent record on pens. Seems all too familiar. Yeah, you're not wrong. Picked up a WF ball game. Do you mean WWF? If so, wild. Wild, Rob. I didn't know they existed. Saka, wide on the right-hand side, looking to take on his man. Battle of the Belt. I haven't heard of it. Is it official? Is it official merch? Foden shot from range. Easy block from Akanji. Or Switzerland misjudged that one. It lands at the feet of Bukayo Saka. Good opportunity for him. So many red shirts in. So many red shirts. Cross comes in. Bellingham can't pull the trigger first time. Second time gets the block. Third time hits it. Easy save for Jan Sommer. Can never really get a strong connection with his left-footed shot. Weak foot. Trying to get the ball out of his feet and hit it. Can never really do it. There's so many red shirts in that box when Saka got the ball back. They responded really well to losing it quickly. Can you show me a jumper? It's just a t-shirt, but it's Asuka WWE. That's what we do. That's what we do. How is Shaw not getting a yellow for that yet? But yeah, it's one of those ones where it's a definite yellow, but because he's already got a yellow, it's like a final warning where I get it, but like, you know, could be another Pizza Hut advert if it goes to Pens we mess up again. For some reason, the second you mentioned Pizza Hut pizza there, and I'm sorry because I don't think anyone but there'll probably be no one in the chat who'll get this, right? But do you remember the Pizza Hut advertising in Crazy Taxi, the original one on Dreamcast? Where you could drive Crazy Taxi is a game when you're playing a taxi and you take people around the city to different fairs, and there just was Pizza Hut as a location you could go to. I think Gap was in there as well. Oh, what game, Crazy Taxi. What a soundtrack. Yeah. The Offspring. Oh, what a time to be alive. Switzerland on the ball. I'll stop talking about things no one cares about now. Shout out to Lidl sponsoring the tournament in general. It's just very exciting to see the branding everywhere. Switzerland passing it around just before the halfway line. Looking to try and find their way in. Not really being able to do it. Sitting back in a fake taxi. Wild. Passing it around. Trying to find space. Can't really find any. England slowly just pushing them back. Goes down. What would be your wrestler name? Why is Foden still on? I don't know. I don't know. I would love to. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. The things I would love to do in wrestling: commentate, ref. I'd love to be a wrestling referee, and manager. I'd love to be a wrestling manager, but I don't know what my name would end up being. You know, the Idler. Something equally unscary as that, probably. Yeah. Big boot from Pickford. Kane battling for it. Foden's there. Oh, Phil. Such a stupid waste of the ball. Go for a stupid hook over the top of his head as opposed to just controlling it down and passing it like a normal human being. Would be Baby Bell. The Baby Bell. Yeah, something like that. Foden is actually... Pizza makes me think of the Swedish chef from the Muppets. What guy? Muppet Race Adventure, Muppet Race Mania on the PlayStation 1. Muppet Monster Adventure. That was called, I think. Monster Adventure, I feel like, on the PlayStation 1 as well. Another great 2 soundtracks. Come on, Switzerland, says Craigie Craig. Stress, Craigie Craigo. Stress. I love that game. Timmy Elite. Come on, coming through with a Crazy Taxi. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Timmy. Timmy knows. Official Wrestling Federation Championship ball game. I never heard of it ever, Robert. Love that, though. Can you show me your West Ham shirts? Yeah, I only have 2. Well, I can show you one because my one's here. I don't know where the other one is, but we of course have. There is the first half. I can't show you the second one because it's the same year kit, just with the different sponsor on it, and instead of on the back, Morgan and Malfitano, and then the signature of Morgan that says to Bevo, happy 21st, and then his signature, which is where Bevo comes from. But I don't know where my other one is. It's somewhere, but it's the same shirt, but just with a different sponsor on it. First half down. Like I say, it felt a bit more It felt a bit same again. People conserving energy for the last 15 minutes. It didn't feel like either team were fully going for it. It felt like if anyone was going to score, it was going to be them. But we had a couple of opportunities here and there. Again, there is space and there is openness in this game, but both teams, as it goes into extra time, felt like they were conserving themselves and weren't really fully trying to take advantage of those moments. And I think we could have. I think there was a brief moment there where it could have happened, but it was just that moment where Phil Foden tries to kick it over his own head as opposed to just controlling it down and laying it out. That would have been better, right? I think I do think there is another goal in this game. I just have no clue who it will be. It could very easily be Switzerland and it could very easily be us. I think in this second half, you'll probably see a slightly different vibe from both teams. I think both teams are going to want to go for it a little bit more than they were before. But yeah, it just doesn't quite feel, I don't know. It just doesn't quite feel right. It just doesn't quite feel it. Cheesemonger, the cheesemonger. We back it. The great Bevo, the greater. Hell yeah. Baby Bell Bevo. We take that. The only Mario Kart clone I will accept is Speed Freaks on the PS1. M. Collingwood knows what Charlie Walsh is all about. And it's specifically Mario Kart clones on the PlayStation 1. Muppet Race Mania, a little bit different. You could control the cars. It had like an adventure mode where you almost did platforming in the cars. I would also hesitate to say Crash Team Racing is maybe the best kart racer ever made. I would posit that. But Speed Freaks, now we're talking. Banger. Hell yeah. This is going to pens. Maz, I think you're probably right. I think there is a goal in it, but I can't tell you which way it's going to go. And if it went to pens, I would not be surprised. England are going to be the one to take the kickoff in the second half. Cannot score unless we go goal down. Very good point, Ionix. Come on, you Lions. Potentially one last time. Deploy the boys. Shout out Peach. I've got the red England 66 kit with 6 on the back. I used to have the blue 1970 England kit with 6 on the back, which I loved. I used to have it all the time, but I just don't. It got holes in it, and I don't have it anymore. But I would love to get that shirt again. 66 kit's really nice as well. I'd love both of those if I was going to get an England top. Honestly, it'd probably be one of those. Clash of heads between Xhaka and Kane there. Charlie, I'll take Heyman. Hyman, maybe not. But I'll take Heyman. Catchphrase would be "Eat my cheese." Yeah. It'd be like how Mankind would get the sock on and do Mr. Socko in the mouth, but just with baby bells, just shoving them in. Like Danhausen with the teeth, do you know what I mean? Just shoving baby bells into their mouth. Just real health and safety hazard. We are useless unless we go for it. We'll see how this 15 minutes plays out. Kane will stand for pens. I think that's a good AMA. I think that's a great shout. He probably will. Trying to check my match bingo one last time. Of course, sponsors of our Euro 2024 coverage. Lovely app I should probably speak about very quickly now. Lovely app. It combines bingo with football. It is betting, of course, because money is on the line. It's £2 per bingo card. So money is on the line, 18 plus. You have to be. But you have events that get ticked off like numbers would in bingo. So for instead of 88 being called, you can cross it off. It automatically crosses off when a goal kick was taken for England. Or, for example, when Switzerland had a free kick taken, it crosses it off automatically. You get one line, you get money. You get 2 lines, you get money. You get a full house, you get money. Congratulations if any of you in here won the first line or the 2-line money. I can see a lot of people have won. There've been tons of people who have won on Hammers Chat in general throughout our sponsorship with them in the last couple of months. Gonzo's won twice. Gio's won. Many people in the comments have won as well. Unfortunately, I haven't, but I'm so close. So close. Sub Saka for Bowen, says Barry. Bowen could take a pen. I'd be confident in Bowen taking a pen. Maybe getting a bit ahead of myself talking about it, but I would be confident about it. Good tackle from Palmer there, getting involved in a defensive effort. As so far this half, it's been all Switzerland. Link is in the description below, by the way, for Match Bingo. If you want to get involved, again, you do have to be an 18 plus. But thank you very much to them for sponsoring the tournament with us. Are both teams actually paying for pens? There is definitely a conservativeness of it. Good ball in though from Switzerland. Try to get the back post. Eze does well to control it. It'd be difficult not to say Eze should start in the next game. I really like Eze. Ball over the top looking for Kane, who just manages to keep it in. Oh! Kane's down. Kane's down. Him battling with, I don't know who it was. I think it was a Kanji. Gareth Southgate went down. He's back up. But Kane does not look comfortable. Him and a Kanji goes 50-50 with him. I think Kane will be all right. I think Kane might be all right. Akanji goes to the barge in a 50-50. That's fine. But he ends up falling over. Southgate then tries to try and stop Kane from going down too much. I think he'll be okay. He's back up. In the meantime, Switzerland are going to make another sub. It's Shaqiri who's coming on. I recognise that short, stocky man anywhere. Xherdan Shaqiri's coming on for Breel Mbolo, the goal scorer for Switzerland. They're going to make a straight sub there. Interesting for them. But yeah, I think Kane will be okay. He didn't seem to go down too hard. Oh no, Kane's coming off. Okay, Kane's coming off and Ivan Toney's coming on. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens with Kane. We'll have to see what happens with Kane. But yeah. One day I'll be the bride on Match Bingo. It'll undoubtedly be in the next 2 games if England go out and it means nothing. I mean, I'll still win money, but in the games I don't care about. Xhaka gets caught by Toney. Finds Palmer, who wastes a bit too much time. Foden goes to try and fizz the ball in. Can't. Back to Eze. Again, there was nice movement in the box there. Toney instantly moving about way more than Kane was. Back to Stones. Luke Shaw collects it. Declan Rice is just moving all kinds of mad right now. Off the ball. 30 seconds in, Kevin has his final comment sussed. Yeah. Bowen survived Moyes. He can survive Southgate. Yeah, Shaqiri coming on is scary. The Scoobs is scary. Southgate, more involvements with that tackle than Kane all game is a banger to me. Is a banger. I don't know, but from my perspective, I would hope so, because I think I have one of those as well. I doubt it. Rice. Out wide to Eze. It's got Luke Shaw on the overlap. He does well as well, forcing him back. Eze's cross takes a deflection. It's poor in the end from Eze. But again, Luke Shaw just ahead of Kieran Trippier is just instantaneously an interesting thing. Bellingham goes down. Swiss carry on, but Walker does really well defensively. Walker, who's got the captain's armband since Kane went off, does really well there. Bellingham is still down. England are just going to play around him. Palmer does really well, takes past one, couldn't quite take it past the second. Bellingham went down for way too long there when he didn't need to. I don't think he was actually in that much trouble. I would have just done a little pass off him when he was on the floor, you know what I mean? Just to be like, get up, come on. Antonio could do the... Yeah, I 100% agree, good. I 100% agree, good. I think before he's always been injury prone is his problem. He's always been injury prone. When he first broke through and he was so exciting, and then he got injuries and it just sort of stumped his entire career a little bit. I think he's still really good and he could have 100% done that job. Again, Jack used to say it to me all the time, and he was clearly 100% correct if you watch today. But yeah, I think I'd still take him, but I think his age is a little bit against him and his injury problems a little bit against him, and I think he was on a long contract. I think he signed last summer and he's on a long contract, so it's unlikely. Oh, this is good from Switzerland. This is a great opportunity. Oh, bloody hell. Bloody hell. Widmer at the back post there. Pulls it back across towards Shaqiri. He can't get there. And I think it was Shaqirian. It doesn't happen. Switzerland still on the ball. England deep inside their own half right now. Pinged across. Over the top of everyone. Fast shot. Fast shot from Fabian Schär. Goes high and wide. Eat the pain for England, mate. A bit of French bread. Take a bit of that. Every day. Sorry, I've just seen the replay of the Bellingham Shaqiri thing, and I honestly missed again how Bellingham went down for so long. Big ball forward. I think they said some more subs are going to happen in a second. I think that's what I said. Trent coming on for Foden. Trent Alexander-Arnold coming on for Phil Foden. Is Trent good at pens? You'd imagine he would be. You'd imagine he would be. You could put Trent then at right wing back, Saka at left wing back, I assume. Yeah, Saka's just moved across. Referee pulling back that throw-in for no reason. Defensive change. I think he's just bringing on penalty takers, I suspect. Also, you change it around. You take off Foden. You push Eze into the role that Foden was in. You put Trent Alexander at right wing back. You put Saka across at left wing back. You can argue it's more offensive, but ultimately, I think it's just pens. Sure. Finds Eze. Yes, Saka just next to him. Can't face pens. Please no pens. Who expects to win on pens? Well, according to the chat, 36% people expect Switzerland to win on pens. And 27% think England will win on pens. And 25% of people think England will win before pens. And 12% think Switzerland will win before pens. So there you go. What to make of that? Who knows? Who knows? Oh, that's a really good ball across for Widmer. Tell you what, and that's good defensive work from Bukayo Saka. Goes flying backwards. Flying backwards. Or did someone win a full house, Rob? Ball gets played over the top. Widmer it's a little bit too far ahead of him to get there. Saka comes charging back and gets the block. First full house has been collected by Happy Hammer, or a Happy Hammer. If that's you and you were in this chat, congratulations. Congratulations on winning £206.53. Huge for a Happy Hammer. Congratulations to whoever that is if you are in this chat. Big. Switzerland with the corner. Right wing, in-swinger, gets put in from Shaqiri. Bloody hell, Jesus Christ. I don't know if that hit the bar or if Pickford swung it away. I don't know what's happened there. Saka tried to charge away the ball away, can't do it, but it's a huge boot from Kyle Walker. That's nice. If Eze can get the control, he can't quite Berbatov the control. He can at second chance of asking. Oh, but he's managed to keep it in. But if he loses the ball, I thought he lost it. And Luke Shaw, free kick. Shakira. Ooh, baby, when you talk like that, you make a woman go mad. Bloody hell, I think it hits the post. It hits where the post and the bar meet. Shaqiri just whipping it in. Jordan Pickford pointing at him and smiling. Whips it in. I tell you what, it was dangerously close to that top corner. It hits where the corner and the bar and the post meet. They're going to make a couple more subs here, Switzerland. Broilers, one of them is coming off. and Abisha, I think, are the 2 coming off. Oh, Amdouni, the Burnley player. And Sierra coming on. Amdouni's decent. I think Amdouni's a decent player, to be fair. Almost a James Ward-Prowse. I know, it's flipping close. Flipping close. My hips don't lie. My hips hurt, mainly, Emma. Cole Palmer collects the ball, looking for the ball over the top of Tony. Hasn't quite had the same effect in this game as he did in the last. Not really had the opportunity to. His movement's not been bad, but he hasn't really had the opportunity to really make it. He's a penalty taker, though, as well, wasn't he? Played in, Switzerland, shot from range. Pickford with the save. Maybe more dramatic than it needs to be. Switzerland still have possession of the ball. Wide out on this left-hand side in the corner quadrant. Ricardo Rodriguez looking for the switch to the box. Can't find it. Volley at the far post by Widmer, but thankfully at full stretch he can get nowhere close to getting a proper connection on it. England scrapping to the end at this one. Good ball in from Ricardo Rodriguez. Deflects off the first man's head. I think it's Walker. And as it lands at the feet of Widmer, he's full stretch, takes a swing at it. And Dooney getting a shot straight after coming on. Blow that whistle, our wheels are falling off. Well and truly falling off. Well, we have no defenders on the pitch. We have 1 centre-back and 2 full-backs. It's Sam Allardyce. We have 1 centre-back and 2 full-backs in a back 3. It's a mess. So what else are you going to do? And our wing-backs are wingers. Well, and Trent, whatever Trent is. Pickford collects it. I think we're just going to play this one till full time. I can't lie. Big boot from Jordan Pickford. Huge boot. Looking for Ivan Toney. Loses out. A little hold at the lower back there. From a little arm from Xhaka. Flicking around the back. 1 minute of stoppage time to play. 1 minute to 1 minute to go. Peter on the Addicts chat has claimed the full house. Congratulations. Peter, if you ever see us, congratulations. Shaw pings it across. Looking for Ivan Toney in the back post. Can't do it. If everyone in the chat can say congratulations to Peter as well, I'll screenshot it and send it to him. Controlled down by Alexander, by Walker does well. Looks to try and cross it across. Look for Toney. Can't find it. 30 seconds to go. Saka tries to whip it in. Can't make it happen. Get Vanny Dings on. He's English. 15 seconds. Eze. Looking for Toney. Gets barged down. Referee says nothing. Referee says nothing. Zuba. Little shove in on Ivan Toney. There is the final whistle. Back to pens. Back to pens. My God. My God. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Full-time whistle goes. England and Switzerland on pens is where we're at. Is that I think is a foul on Toney, says Christian. Penalty fiasco. He literally just clattered into him. I don't know. I'd have to see a replay to see how I felt about it. I've seen him given, I've seen him not. I'd have to see a replay to see really how I felt about it. But it doesn't make a difference now. It's all down to pens. It's all down to pens. And probably... it's one of those ones where I don't think who will win the penalty shootout. I don't think either team realistically deserved to win the game. I think Switzerland maybe had the better chances, but it's not like we didn't have any. And at that point, it becomes a very, very difficult question to answer. It's close. It was close whichever way it happens. But penalties is not the way you ever want to go out. I don't know. I don't know. Shout out to Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank rocking up with an earpiece. Love that, like a bouncer. I mean, if we go through, it's a kind of a bit mad, but yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, you're not wrong. Cut it into him. That was a pen on Tony, to be honest. Again, when I re-see it, they probably won't show it again, and I'll have a look. Don't let your Southgate take a pen. I think we're fine on that one, Elbow. I think we're fine on that one. Not sure I've been on a watch long for a penalty shootout. Have we had one? We went to penalties against Manchester City, didn't we? I think that one we did a watch long for. Did we go to penalties against Manchester City when Ben Rama scored? Was that a penalty shot, or was that just Ben Rama scoring a penalty? That's the only one I can think of. Otherwise, I don't know if we've done a penalty shootout. We're bound to miss one. Probably. We'll probably miss at least one, Amma. We'll probably miss at least one. I reset the poll. Who do you think will win a penalty shoot? Who do you think will win a penalty shootout, England or Switzerland? It's close, but so far, Switzerland are ahead. But it is very close. It is very close. There's only about 3 people in it, I think. I was in the stadium for the Man City match. Okay, so it was Man City. There we go. Okay. That's the only one. I think that was the one where the watch-alongs went mad. It was on like 1.4k people watching as well. My mum was in the chat and I couldn't see her message because it was going so fast. She told me after the fact. I don't know how I feel about this. Our team lacks bottles, so that doesn't make us favourites. I don't think anyone can be favourites for penalties. I think you can extrapolate from who takes penalties and what players are better penalty takers and all that sort of stuff. But I think ultimately it just comes down to a 50-50 thing. I think nothing else can happen from pens. I think it's just about whoever rocks up. I think you can have incredible penalty takers who fluff their lines at the final moment. And I think you can have crap people who just smack it in, you know what I mean? I think you can't have favourites for penalties. I don't think there's a way you can really look at it. England are going to be the first ones to take, though. Cole Palmer stepping up first. I won't be looking at the chat, by the way, because I know you'll be ahead of me. So if you haven't already, subscribe, like the video, because it helps us out massively. England versus Switzerland, penalties. Cole Palmer to take first. Good luck, everyone in chat. I hope we all survive. Like I say, I won't be able to see it. I won't be able to see you until after. Here we go. Palmer puts it down. Takes a couple of steps back. Great pen. Sends in the wrong way. 1-0. 1-0. Tell you what, it's a good pen from him. Let's what's this one look like? Let's just do that. Oh no, it's the same thing. It's copy and pasted. Okay, so I can't do that. Ignore that. I don't know. We'll just screw it. That's how little we've done. That's how we've never done penalties really on watch longs. I have no idea how to even visually represent it. Akanji steps up. Pickford with the save. Oh my god, it's a crap penalty from Akanji. It's a terrible penalty from Akanji. He steps up, he moves slowly, he looks to try and just send him the wrong way. He opens it up and Pickford goes the right way, gets down low quickly as well, gets a strong hand to it. And honestly, Akanji was so close to Pickford, you could almost see him dive past it, or dive over it. Good from Pickford. 1-0. 1-0. Bellingham up next. I'm rocking back and forth on my chair like nobody's business right now. Bellingham. Jude Bellingham. Couple of steps back. A couple across. Like Johnny Wilkinson before him. Stutter. Beautiful into the bottom corner. Stutter dives the wrong way, Sommer, and he just slots it behind him. Jude Bellingham with the pen. 2-0. 2-0. Beautiful pen. Beautiful pen. 2 really good penalties so far. Two really good penalties so far. Fabian Schär up to take it next. 2 centre-backs so far for Switzerland. Schär is decent at penalties. I think he's a decent... I think he can kind of take free kicks as well. I might be wrong about that, but I'm pretty certain I've seen him take penalties before. Might have been back at Basel, but I'm pretty certain he's taken penalties before. Steps up. Sends Pickford the wrong way. Bottom corner. Nice pen from Fabian Schär. It's 2-1. England still with the advantage. Jordan Pickford's face. What is he doing? What is he doing? Man's moving like Tim Krul. Saka walking up to the ball. Summer coming across. Getting involved. Referee saying something to Saka. Saka to take it. Puts it down. Couple of steps back. Barely on the spot. We're being honest about it, but still. Oh! Into the side netting. Bloody hell. I thought he'd mishit it. I thought he'd mishit it for a second. He looks very happy, Saka. I thought he'd mishit it. When he hits it, it sort of just rolled in a weird way, but it goes right into the side netting. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think he hit that fully. I don't think he connected with that in the way he did. But up steps Xherdan Shaqiri. Almost scored from a set piece about 5 minutes ago from a corner. Direct. Can he, with those powerful calves, score a pen? Oh, he can. It's a good pen as well. It's a very good pen. Absolutely smashes it past Pickford. Good Pickford went the right way as well. Full stretch from Pickford, and yet still goes past him. Just a powerful hit. Into the side netting. That's a really strong pen. It's a really strong pen. Again, desperately trying not to look at chat. Ivan Toney came on almost for this moment. Supposedly an unreal penalty taker. Will he prove it here? Ivan Toney steps up. 2 steps back, 1 to the side. And it's similarly to the Shaqiri one. The goalkeeper goes the right way, but he slots it home. England in a really, really strong position now. 4 out of 4 from England so far. Ivan Toney just staring at Jan Sommer. At no point looking down at the ball or anything. Amdouni steps up. Burnley City. I was going to call him Burnley striker. England 4 from 4. Switzerland, if they miss this, they're out. This is their 4th. They've got 2 so far. They missed the first, the Kanji, scored the second 2. If Amdouni misses this, Switzerland are out and England are through. Amdouni hits it. Straight down the middle. Fair play. Fair play. Straight down the middle. You got to respect it. He does it calmly, just rolls it into the net. Pickford goes the wrong way, sort of wobbly legged, and I tell you what, that's a fair point. It's a fair finish. But it's still in England's hands. It comes down to this. Before Switzerland can even take their 5th, if England score this, they go through to the next round. And it's Trent Alexander-Arnold. Barely touched the ball since he's come on. Came on almost exclusively for this moment. We said it as he came on about pens. To send us through to the semis. So much conversation about him in this tournament as a footballer. No doubt about his ability to strike a ball from dead pieces. Trent Alexander-Arnold for England's 5th. Scoreless, and we're through. Stutter. Semi-finals for England. Trent Alexander-Arnold, little stutter, smashes it into the top corner, and England are through to the semis. Flipping heck. I tell you what, you can say what you want about this England team, but on pens, we're not half bad. We're not half bad. 5 out of 5. All of them solid, and Trent with a great final pen. Deep breath, little stutter, and then smacks it in to the left-hand side, into the corner, and then the release from everyone. Bloody hell. Bloody hell. England are through into the semi-finals of Euro 2024. I don't know. I don't know what to say. My God. We've done it the hard way yet again. Yet again, we've done it the hard way. And England will go through to face either the Netherlands or Turkey, which is on tonight. It starts in about 20 minutes' time. Whoever wins that match will face us in the semis. Bloody hell. The Bells did it again. Remember. Thank you, Dave. Thank you. We all need to remember that. There you go. Amma confirming the Dutch or Turkey next. Best penalties I've ever seen from England. Yeah, it was very, very good, to be fair, DC. Very, very good. All confident, all 5 in, all solid. None of them lucky penalties either, all deserved. Good goalkeeping from Pickford as well. Almost got to a couple. But yeah, I think good penalties. Very good penalties. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we're through. We're through. Another ugly win. Southgate lucky. But I tell you what, we're through to the semis. And as I've said before, I don't care if we're ugly all the way through the tournament if we win. Do I have confidence that we'll win if we play ugly all the way through the tournament? No. But if we win it, I don't really particularly care. But I could just be saying that in the moment of when we've just won and gone through to the semi-finals. But that means we'll be back for yet another watch along. I mean, we're going to do them anyway, but we'll be back on Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Start at 7:30. 7:30 for the watch along. Build-up show will start at 7:30 with Gonzo, and then I'll be there at 8 for the entire watch along. So please do come back and get involved and see how many cheeses I have to eat in that game. I feel like it'll be a lot. However, England are through once more to the semi-finals of Euro 2024 on penalties. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video because it helps us out a huge amount. And again, once more, thank you to Match Bingo, our sponsor, and specifically to Maz for the super chat, the $14.99 Australian dollars. Massively appreciate it, Maz, if you see this. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate you all. And I will see you. I'll see you on Wednesday. Cheers. Bye, everyone. Bye.